You fellas ready for video games? Wasn't really a question. That was more of a... The cadence was more of a statement. But, We're gonna play Xenoblade Chronicles. Hi, everyone. How are you? I see Ferret. I see Partly. No? You're not ready? No. Okay. I'll give everyone some breather time, and then we can play some video games. No video games. I'm not ready. I see Ferret. I see Partly. I see that, I see from the chat history, there's that Ferret accidentally changed their name, or not accidentally, but didn't realize it was a permanent thing. I think snow-powered Ferret is fine. I think that works. I hadn't even figured, oh wait, that's a seasonal thing. I was just like, oh look, they changed their name. Well, Partly isn't ready, gotta wait, apparently. Alright, I think we're gonna hop right in. Feeling weirdly, like, tired here at the start all of a sudden. I was, like, all ready for this, all energetic, and now I'm like, I don't know if I could do this, Dad. But we have to. We have a mission. And that mission is for John Xenoblade to kill God. John Xenoblade's not even on screen right now. Welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time we basically, for the most part, just did a bunch of quests after a brief confrontation with Dixon and Alvis, who then retreated to Prison Island, where they, according to Shulk's vision, where they will be waiting for us for the final showdown. So really, story-wise, all that there is left to do, as far as I can tell, is to go in, as far as we've been told, is to go into the interior of the Bionis and go confront Zanza. So, that's our core objective tonight. But first, since last time was filled with quests, before the point of no return, we do have a couple more quests that I would like to get out of the way before we call it quits on the quests, essentially. We're about to reach the point of no return. So we're gonna be wrapping some stuff up. British Macho Man Randy Savage is evil? Yeah? Oh, have you not been here since that was discovered? Yeah, okay, so in that case, that means you missed a lot of stuff. But yes, British Macho Man Randy Savage is Zanza's disciple. You know, depending on how much you missed, the name Zanza might not even mean that much to you right about now, but he's our main villain. He's our main villain by this point. Let's hope my food delivery is during a battle / without story, which might just have to do with the questing, which is good. Yeah, everything has changed. Zanza was basically Mechon God. No, Zanza was the creator of the Monado. And then we found that he was in the Monado, and basically he's the soul of the Bionis. So he created all life on Bionis, which means, you know, everyone in our party. Said life was created for the sole purpose of returning to him as fuel, or something to that effect. So basically, our God, the one who created all of us, is about to eradicate all of existence, to perpetuate his own existence, and so we gotta go kill God so we don't all die. There's a little bit more to it than that, but that's where we're at. Oh, can I not get up there from here? Nope, that would be why the quest is telling me to walk from a different angle. Shulk was never alive. This is also true. Shulk was the whole time a vessel for Zanza in some complicated fashion that I can't remember because I'm bad at video games. What? Yes. They've described it in like 3 separate conflicting terms, but essentially, every single thing in the game so far has been leading up to the resurrection of Zanza. unsealing of Zanza because he was in Shulk all along. And Dixon, there was an epic scene where Dixon suddenly shows up and shoots Shulk, just assassinates him right then and there, and that's what released Zanza. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Just a couple things, but by this point, our objective at least is clear, and it is kill God. Kill God. What you gonna do? I haven't even acknowledged what specific quests I'm actually doing. Mostly because I don't really even know. I just saw, oh, this exclamation point is here. Go here. Which I guess is just how the game has worked up to this point anyway, but I really have no idea what I'm doing. Transmission bypass. What was this for? Collect a transmission bypass from the offensive strike unit. That's right. Okay, this is part of a quest where we have to go and grab a couple specific parts from enemies in order to help a there's a Machina whose growth has been stunted and he feels useless around the village as a result, so we're trying to gather parts to reinstate his growth. First Macho Man Randy Savage vibe checked Shulk, yes. Then released God into this mortal realm because Shulk was a vessel for God to do shit in. And much more than that I meant. Yes, yeah, you've basically got it. You've basically got it. What else is important that you've missed? The Mechon goddess, the creator of Mechonis and all life on it, Lady Mayneth, is dead. Zanza killed her. There was an epic fight earlier between Mayneth and Zanza, which was essentially between Fiora and Shulk, and the goddess inside Fiora sacrificed herself to save us. So it's a cool epic thing. Last thing I remember from John Xenoblade's adventures was when we found what is basically human Mechon. Yeah, we're in that village right now, and that's basically just become commonplace by this point. We are right outside the Machina village. Yeah, that was a while ago. That was when we first landed on the Mechonis. We are now at the point where I guess that also just means that you missed the part where Egil, the leader of the Mechon, he took control of the Mechonis to try and crash it into the Bionis. There's just a lot. I wouldn't be able to do any of it justice to actually properly explain it. So deeply confused, but I won't question it because anime. This is fair. I remember that Wolverine Starscream was some dude I didn't know because I wasn't there for the start of the game. This is also fair. This was true. Was that before or after Human Mechon? That was after. That was a decent ways up the Mechonis, I think. Actually, no, wait. Was that was at Sword Valley. Never mind. That was before. Pretty sure. Shulk was never alive, but he just kind of woke up. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff we're still confused about. Like, we were told, yeah, there was never anyone called Shulk to begin with. He was just a vessel for Zanza the whole time. But once Zanza was released from him, Shulk was fine, even though we were led to believe that, like, at least my interpretation was that now that Zanza was no longer in Shulk, Shulk was just dead. Shulk was gone. And there was a solid bit of gameplay where we no longer had Shulk. So I thought it was a completely game-changing thing where we no longer had our main protagonist. But then he just woke up. So, I don't know how video games work. Scheduled inspection. We have to return to Zekit. But also. So that's one quest done already, essentially. We just need to turn it in. We have 4 that we need to do, if I'm remembering correctly, and they're all here on the Fallen Arm. Stunted growth. Still trying to wrap my head around this. If you have questions, do ask. Will I be able to answer? No. But I can give it my all. Power pipe ruins. How do I get here? Food arrived, by the way. You have my permission to play video game. It is done. Nope, this is the wrong way. Map does this a lot, where I'm just completely unsure how to get to a certain spot. Like, there's this completely isolated area, and I have to climb down what looks like a ladder right here to this spot to get to this. But how do I get to this in the first place? So Shulk wasn't alive, but he kind of was. It's just that he was asleep, and then Mechon Goddess was in Fiora, who sacrificed herself to save us. Yes. Then it turns out God bad and we good. Yes. You got that much. I suppose if I activate the quest, I'll just be able to find out how to get there. God, my nose itches a bunch. Nope, that's the wrong quest. I'm now single-mindedly focused on this one quest because I'm not sure how to get there and I have to know. Nope, that's not the one. What the fuck do normal Mechon play in this? Are they just normal enemies for you to kill? Essentially, yes. They were the army that was being used to attack the Bionis from the beginning. So essentially our villains have changed, and that's the big thing, is that first we were going after the leader of the Mechon because they were leading a big attack on the Bionis to try and just, you know, do an extinctify of us. And that was as vengeance for a genocide that Zanza led of the Mechonis years and years ago. So really it's just come full circle. We were initially fighting the one who was leading a genocide as vengeance for a previous genocide, and now we're going after the one who did that first genocide. First we were fighting leader of Mechon, but now we fight God. That's a pretty big leap. This is true. Okay, enough messing about on the quest log, trying to figure out where I want to go. All revolves around genocide in this game, doesn't it? That it does. So, 2 streams ago, it looked like we were at the climax. The game was yelling everything it could at us to say, this is the end, whenever we were going after Egil. And in that case, we had to go into the core of the Mechonis to take on Egil. And this time, it's the opposite. We have to go into the Bionis. After that, we're gonna find out there's a whole other, like, 3rd Titan that we have to climb up and then go inside of. Can we break this? No, we can't. There being a 3rd Titan literally no one knew about would be the most anime shit ever. Well, that was a bad chain attack. You commit genocide, then the villain also commits genocide, but also other villain who happens to be God was the first genocide committer. The inventor of genocide. We died. Or I died. That's fine. You just gotta do some climbing again. I mean, to be fair, this might not be the most optimal party on the planet. We're using Sharla, who is basically outclassed by everyone and is kind of the worst in terms of damage output. And then we have 2 tanks. Both Dunban and Ryan are our tanks here. Could have known God was the CEO of making mass amounts of beings commit the non-breathe. Actually, in the story, the god had to invent genocide. This is true. He like has to eat all the things to continue existing. Now, if we could get rid of this spike, that'd be great. But the reason we can't get rid of this spike is because we don't have... I guess we need Shulk for this fight. That spike is what's killing us. Any attack we do will deal damage back at us. And Shulk can get rid of that. But none of ours can. Because while Zanza needs people to live, Zanza needs them all dead too, because everyone's made of ether and Zanza needs ether. Yes. This is the case. I'm gonna switch my party out. I'm gonna switch one member of my party out. No, I'm gonna... see who Ryan needs affinity with most. That's Fiora and Dunban. Shulk, Ryan, and Dunban, sure. Yeah. Not sure on the details to why he needs to make ether into people in the first place. I don't know. So he needs genocide, but also committing genocide is bad for him? No, he I like how I just verbatim read the no as if it was my words. Genocide always good for him. This is the case. He has to kill the things, he has to kill all of us in order to keep living because we are the fuel he needs.
Behold the power of the Monado. Now it's right time. Take this. Bring it on.
I'm gonna help Dunban now.
We can definitely do this. I'm powering up. This is the Monado's power.
Shulk really kind of just needs to hang back until the spike is gone, it looks like. I'm dazed. That's not good. Okay, Ryan is down, but that filled our party gauge a lot, so... This is a difficult fight. At least with this party. I feel like it'd be a lot easier with any healer. Okay, there we go. We got the exhaust pump.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
So he needs to kill us to keep living, which would then make him able to make us again, which would then repeat the cycle. Essentially. Yeah, he needs to kill us to use the fuel, to do the fuel things, and then he'll make us again in order to keep going so that he can have more fuel, I suppose. So I have a question. Do old people have less ether or not? I don't think so. At least nothing pointing to anything like that has happened. Oath sword in the power pipe ruins. Wait, that's not this one? Pipe ruins are right here. I just set that quest as active, didn't I? Oh, okay. Now it's showing me the path. How do I get there? Ether reproduction, like when babies happen, more ether. Game. Oh wait, pressure control device. Never mind, it was not lying. Oh, there was a door here. How long ago was I supposed to discover that? Okay, that just made a ladder, and now I can go up. Never mind. Whole reason I was confused is because I literally hadn't created the ladders yet. When people die, their ether returns to the Bionis. Yeah. If not, my man could just eat old people to fuel himself and leave everyone else the fuck alone. I'm not sure on the details of the genocide, basically. Well, the other thing is that Zanza's, like, laid dormant this whole time. Like, unable to, realize his full power, his full existence until being able to put this plan into effect. So, like, I don't know if that's just because he was in Shulk, or if genocide is the only method that works. I don't know. Anyway, there's that thing I needed. The Oath Sword. Wait, I've been here, haven't I? This is where... Isn't this where Charla and Ryan first, spawned whenever we all fell from Sword Valley? Target inactive. Okay, that's fine. I'll just do another quest in the meantime. Mini reactor. Okay, where do I need to kill? Okay, right over here. This one shouldn't take too long, hopefully. How's he gonna commit genocide? Is he gonna use some god powers to make everyone die, or is he gonna do some other more complicated shit? Well, he's going into the Bionis to take control of it, I think. I'm not actually sure. I think it's just epic god things. It's a little bit of both. Suppose so.
Right, let's do this.
Sidekicks, try hard. I expect nothing short of our very best.
Let's focus on.
Alright, this is level 75, which is kind of worrying. Oh, we don't have a tank.
I'm feeling it. Ricky. We can definitely do this.
No, I did not mean to use enchant. Okay, that's unfortunate.
Let's do this. Backslash.
I guess we're just gonna focus on damage output, which is unfortunate, because, wow, Melia doesn't even have her talent gauge up. Wow, this is bad.
Summon Aqua. Now, Ricky. Hereupon beat enemy good.
That was terrible. That chain attack was awful.
We did it. Ha! Take this.
I'm on the ground. Please get me back up.
Take my hand.
Thanks.
Summon
I owe you.
I would like to be able to get rid of this, spike, please.
I missed.
Shulk. Don't worry. Ricky knows you'll need next time.
Thank you.
Ricky.
Alright, Spike is gone. We can open fire now. Where can I find Ryan Gosling? He's right here. We're attacking him. Hi, Don. How you doing? Like I said last time, we're doing quests where we can before heading out. We have, what, 3 or so quests left to do, I think. Melia's on the ground. Where? Okay, yeah, I get to help her. Ryan Gosling is a robot! Ryan Gosling's a robot. Hate to break it to you. You know, that is not at all what I wanted to do. Did you see what I just did there? I warned Ricky using a third of the party gauge. And okay, how did we win that? How did we win that? I'm not complaining, but how? Anyway, I used a third of the party gauge to warn Ricky, and when warning Ricky, I had him use the move that filled the party gauge. So that was completely redundant and a waste of time. I'm gonna grab this orb, and then I'll check what I should do after. Oh, also Ferret, another important thing to mention, Shulk no longer has the Monado because it was the vessel of Zanza, so Zanza's got the Monado. We've got a replica sword that was made by the Machina. So, you know, the iconic symbol of the game, we don't got it anymore, it's gone.
Welcome.
Okay, there's one. He doesn't have the Monado, but he can still see the future, which means that's just something he can do. Yeah. It is a replica Monado. They made it based on studying the Monado, but also, yes, I find it a little difficult to believe that they just, like, were able to replicate the future-seeing qualities. We had this like, pep talk exposition-y conversation with Alvis, like, in a dream world, when Shulk was unconscious, that was talking about how we can see the passage of fate, so that does seem to just be an intrinsic thing that Shulk has. Which honestly, like, in space, yes, the dream world was space, it looked like, which does make some sense, because, like, Dunban wielded the Monado, but couldn't see the future. Do you know if Fiora's found my Oath Sword yet? That's right. For some reason, this quest was specifically a Fiora quest. Also, Ferret, I'm glad to see you've embraced a far more renewable source of energy than gas.
How's it going?
Sword, you found it. Is this the sword you're looking for? Found it. This is the sword on which I swore an oath to my friend. Where'd you find it? Embedded in the power pipe ruins. It's tougher than it looks. No, it's a crummy sword, alright. It was a massive stroke of luck. It didn't shatter on impact. Now I can uphold the oath I made. Okay, this was a Fiora quest because he gave me weapons for Fiora. Fiora's rashness skill branch has been... Oh? Fiora has a 4th branch. Wait, do they all have extra branches and I just haven't unlocked them? If so, that would be kind of a shame. I've just assumed, yeah, they all have three skill trees. And then I just happened to unlock Fiora's 4th one. Okay. Alright. Oh, and I've gotten all these already, so I can turn this quest in. I just have to wait for 60 days to be up and see if I can actually change it to my original name. If not, I suppose I will be forced to go green. What is this blank space? Probably, I mean, looking at it now that part of it's been filled, yeah, it makes sense that there are 5, but before that, like, I don't know. I wouldn't just assume, yeah, okay, this looks like another one goes there, because I wouldn't assume, oh, you can unlock extra skill trees, because that's kind of not how most of the mechanics in the game work anyway. Wind-powered ferret. Now, if yours just better than everyone else, wouldn't be shocked. I mean, she is the robot one of the group, so I don't know. We're upgrading her parts. Hello there.
Wanna play?
Said Shulk can make anything. Can I speak? That's right. Video game. Who does Shulk need affinity with? The real question is, who should Shulk be speaking to? Charla. Shocker there. Who should be there to make weird small talk as we turn in the quest?
Wanna play?
Geothermally powered ferret, cold fission powered ferret. Better start work on the growth device. Is this just gonna be built in a cutscene? Use it once every day, no point overusing it. If I use this, my body will get like an adult's. Won't make me an adult straight away. I'll grow up gradually, just like everyone else. And it's a bit frustrating, but I suppose that's what growing up is. Not even a cutscene, it was a fade to black. Oh yeah, that's very frequent in this game. The best of transitions.
I can feel the power.
Now I start unlocking all the skill branches. Gee willikers. What was that for Dunban? Enthusiasm. Improved strength. Well, he completed all the other skill trees, so that at least gives him something else to do. Are we done? Oh? Oh? Okay, we can't do Gem Man's invention. That's a Colony 6 thing that I don't have the materials for. Blood of Bafalgar it involves like level 90 enemies. Securing provisions also involves level 90 enemies. Challenge here involves weather conditions. Oh, balance of power. Nope, that's the one that I can't find the enemy. You know what? I will go to Valak Mountain for like 4 seconds. Because this one's been been in the back of my mind basically all game. This one quest that points absolutely nowhere, it seems. I feel like I should at least give it a go. I should at least make the attempt to resolve that. But I'm not going to spend too long here. Otherwise, we have finished all the quests all the quests we can do at this point. Let's try to solve the mystery quest. Target not found. Also, I hadn't thought about this, dude. Was the path just not appearing because I was on this slide instead of this slide whenever I had the quest set as active? I think that might be it. There's 2 pages here on the quest log, and I don't know if I ever went to the second page. Anyway, that says target not found, which implies that it just doesn't exist. But that also might be a unique thing to this quest, that like it'll never be properly found. Somewhere in Valak Mountain. Somewhere in Valak Mountain. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Just have to find it, dummy. I mean, this is fair, but also completely unlike the rest of the game. But yeah, it is looking like it is just gonna keep telling me not found no matter what time it is. So let's see where I haven't been. Down here, looks like. Anywhere this way. Lofos Mora Mora. I feel like it's gonna be in a cave type area. Great, now we get to do some exploring. How else would we finish the game? Finish the last set of things to do before the game ends. I mean, this whole area that it says I haven't explored really just seems to be like the edge of the mountain that I just haven't happened to specifically walk along. I don't think I'm gonna find anything here. I'm having those real fun allergies where my nose doesn't itch enough to isn't irritated enough to actually sneeze. It's just constantly tingling. Which is cool and fun, and I adore it. This is the feeling I live for. Okay, this looks like a totally pointless venture, this exploring this part. Chilkin Lair. Okay, let me check the quest. Balance of Power, Barbaric Citri, Banquet Vasigo, who is, I think, the Antol leader. No, that's the Chilkin leader. So, Chilkin Lair we have been through. Oh yeah, there's also this quest that I can't seem to get to that is just hanging there. Haven't been able to get to that. I suppose if we get to that spot and can grab it, then we'll probably do it. But is it likely? I don't know. I mean, given that that is specifically a spot that I know exists but can't get to, I presume that getting to the Chilkin leader will probably end up taking me roughly around that area anyway. But I've tried to get there several times, and there's like a teeny cliff that I can't jump over, an exit, but not an entrance. So I have to find a different path there. Well, there are Chilkins here, and apparently, let me check the map. There's a huge region here I haven't looked at at all. How did I just completely miss this? And it seems to be a bunch of Chilkin, so maybe this is it? Or it'll at least be somewhere around this area. That target not found is still worrying me, though. Like, what, is this only gonna spawn during certain weather conditions? Because that would suck. I mean, I imagine I could probably just jump down there as a Rhine and survive. Normally I'd go for Ricky, but Ryan has the most health now. You're telling me there's a quest in a place where you haven't explored a huge portion of it? Yeah, this whole region I just didn't know existed, apparently. So what's that big pterodactyl boy doing? Are you relevant, perhaps? Zygia Oris. Zygia. What are you? Flyer over here. What are you? Not a Chilkin leader, but I'm still curious. Okay. That was a what? A Snowall Taus. You've been near this region before and you literally just didn't see it. That's the thing, is that, like, went up here, story things happened, and then this outputs here. So I just didn't go down here because this kind of is just a loop around the same spot. After passing that story event, I had no reason to come back here. And I had done so many... I'd done all but that one quest here, so I just assumed that I had explored the whole place. Except for, like, the one spot that the one teeny spot I needed to get to. By the way, this... Looking at it, this absolutely does not seem to be the spot I need to be in. Which is kind of unfortunate. Thought the Hero Pond camp was closer than it actually was. Okay. It's the Nopon camp. This is the... We have the Hero Pond. The one who is superior to all. They are lowly Nopon. How do I get down? Does this decline all the way? It doesn't look like it. Is there a way down over here? Yeah, there is. Yeah, I've been here before. We have made the loop. Bo Chilkin. You hiding someone back here? Wait, is there anything back here? No. Still gotta check if, like, maybe there's a prompt. No. I mean, I've seen a bunch of Chilkin, but that's really my only indication. Wait, are these Chilkin in front of a cave? Oh! Oh, have I found it? Have I found it? Oh. Ooh. I have some hope. I have some hope. Will we finally resolve the question? Will the arc be completed? It'd be really funny if after all that, this is a dead end. But this has to be it. What else would it be? What? 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 Did I just completely make a fool out of myself? Yeah, there's a bunch of Chilkin here too, but I've been in this already. I've been in this already. Appears to be sealed. Did I ever fully get in there? I feel like I went there and there was a heart-to-heart or something, but now I'm starting to think maybe the leader is in there and I have to do something else to get in. Like kill all the guards. That's also a possibility. Let's do it.
Let's focus our efforts.
Okay, okie dokie.
Take this.
Try and catch me.
Pesky thing.
Double blade, just a matter of time now. Victories in our ether. Drain.
Silly Shulk, that ain't the Monado. But it does have the Monado's power, so he is... See, earlier when he had the Monado, it was like a super badass boast, like, this is the power of the Monado, and here it's just like a statement, and he's just trying to reaffirm, like, this isn't the Monado, but it is using the Monado's power. I just need you all to know that. That's Walgreens Monado. Anything? No. Oh, do you count? There's a couple leading up to this. But there were only 3 that were like specifically standing unmoving in front of it.
Let's focus our efforts.
Okay, okie dokie. You can do it.
Shulk can make the discount Monado have the real power.
We can definitely do this.
1, 2,
Let's keep up the pressure. This is the Monado's power. Not good enough. Everyone, let's go.
Anything? Nah. But it's got a... What is this insignia on it? There are 2 more Chilkin here. I'll kill them just to make sure, but
The enemy's weak.
sure is looking like
this should be easy.
maybe we have to find some item, come back here with sad item. I mean, that's usually the case in quests like this, but there's always like stages. Like it wouldn't just expect me to know to. Oh my god, that's an ox. Hold on, I'm streaming. Oh, that's the wrong screen again. That's the wrong screen again. That's the wrong screen. He just knocked and then walked in. I couldn't do anything. That defeats the purpose of knocking. What are you doing? Hi everyone. Welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles, a video game that I'm streaming on the internet.
Looks like we don't need my method.
Use the no more stream screen, point and laugh at him. I was just like...
Okay, chain attack time.
I mean, usually it's just a legitimate, like, oh no, mistake, but, here it was absolutely me trying to rush to no longer be on screen as family member rushes in to speak to me. Anyway, this either isn't the spot, or, I don't have the thing yet. Who gave me the quest? Dakuku at the Nopon camp. Somewhere in Valley. I'm gonna go speak to the one at the camp to see if maybe there's something I'm not considering. But I have my doubts. What? There's a quest here? Let's pick that up, I suppose. In this chapel. Oh. Why are there Hyantia refugees here? So this spot is very important lore-wise. This is where the Monado was discovered all those years ago, and where wee babby Shulk was found.
Yes.
Idiot, why'd he go off by himself? He knows how dangerous that place is. Did he perhaps go to the Chilkin camp to fight the Chilkin leader? Gotta save my partner. Some Giants ruins on 3 Sage Summit. Me and Zane have been looking into them for a while now. We managed to find out one thing. There's an immense power line dormant behind its door. I know Zane went up there by himself. Is that the spot I was just at? 3 Sage Summit. Now we know Shulk isn't real. So Shulk was, is this 3 Sage? Where's 3 Sage Summit? So the story there is that, a bunch of Homs went on an expedition and found the Monado, and, the sword killed everyone there, and the only survivor was a small boy lying there. Shulk was among those, was among, that entourage, and basically, Zanza killed everyone there, to fuel himself, and, took Shulk as his vessel. So that's what they were referring to when they said Shulk was dead the whole time. Shulk was just a social construct. Over here? I don't know what anything is. Video game difficult. And what's out here? There's quite a bit that I haven't explored of Balak Mountain. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes, and if we haven't made any progress toward anything, by the end of that 10 minutes, then I think we're just gonna move on. I don't want to spend the whole stream working on one quest. Unless you want me to spend the whole stream working on one quest. I mean, were I not streaming, I would absolutely work on this for as long as humanly necessary. But we're near the end, and I feel like people are itching for it. I want you to start. Yeah, I figured. Crawly Slobos. Okay, these are the only enemies here, it looks like. What's out here that sort of seems to just cut off on the map? Reef Nebula. Is this just, if I keep going, I fall? And cells. Oh yeah, I've been out here and had to kill a bunch of these for a quest ages ago. I think you should stream yourself reading a collection of poems from a poet of your choosing with the game running in the background. What was this? What was this? That's probably the other quest that I just got. I mean, I could do that quest as a consolation for not finishing this one. But also, that one said something about giant ruins. And all the other ones involving giants ruins, are the ones that led to like level 90 enemies. But also, that is a spot I've never gotten to, so it's probably that trying to get there might actually help me. So I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give that a go. Oh, this is a poor decision. This is taking me down. What am I doing? Listen, if it's the last stream, this will have been worth it. We got to see the funny slide one more time.
I can't go on.
And Shulk got to die on it. I forgot how fun that was. And completely awful and stupid. There's like no landmarks between... I really have to walk all this way, it looks like. It might be faster to skip here. Shulk died on the Mario 64 slide level. Please let me, please let me up, video game. Please. I just want to make my last bit of unnecessary progress before moving on to the necessary progress. We will follow to the end of this path. And if by the end of it there is no indication as to how to get to any new areas on Valak Mountain that could potentially lead us to the Chilken Leader, then that's gonna be it. That question will remain unanswered. It'll be like that one leftover Sonic and the Secret Rings mission. I'm gonna come back months later to stream just me killing the Chilken Leader. I'm gonna do one big stream that's just like tying up a bunch of loose ends in games, things I promised to do but never did. One stream where a stream where I do that Sonic and the Secret Rings mission. Still haven't streamed that. Where I kill the Chilken Leader, where I defeat Donkey Kong in Punch Out, get the remaining star pieces in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Pretty sure all of those are things I said I would do and never did. I still have every intention to do that Secret Rings mission. I'm just not going to do it until I do my Sonic and the Black Knight stream. Start streaming Sonic and the Black Knight. Forgot Donkey Kong was in Punch Out. Yeah, I streamed all the way through Punch Out, but never showed the... I tried the Donkey Kong fight and lost. Donkey Kong fight is specifically... Whoa, have I not been on this slide? Oh my god, do we get a second slide to finish things off? Oh my god. I had no idea this existed. Donkey Kong's just too powerful. Yeah, second funny slide. Yeah, in Punch-Out, once you've completed the campaign, you get exhibition mode where you just... Oh my god. Oh my god. Am I gonna make it? Yes, that is... Welcome to Valak Peak. Place I've never been. Does this count as a secret area? I'm getting real spoiled on these slides. Also, there's the partner. Oh, that's right. This quest wasn't about getting to the ruins and like investigating them. It was about just getting this guy's partner back. Hey.
Are you that?
Where am I? Oh, so I got out of there? It would be dangerous, but those monsters were something else. What are you doing here? Karalth sent you. Sorry about this. I think I'll be okay to go back. Thanks for the help. I thought it was a goner there. I literally just, like, found you existing. Like, you were just standing. I suppose the where am I was supposed to imply that he, The where am I was supposed to imply that he was unconscious and we were helping him up or something. Have we encountered new area? Yeah, I've never been here. I've never been here. This is completely new to me. So in that case, yeah, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna at least see what is at the end of this dead end. Okay, that one's returned to Karalth. I'm gonna re-enable the reason I'm bleeding. Oh no! Good luck. It's not missing partner. It's balance of power. What was I saying? Oh, Punch-Out. After you finish the campaign, there's an exhibition mode where you fight a bunch of... You just fight boxers at random, in a random order, and if you lose, you're out. And oh no, yeah, this is giant ruins. But there are things past here. So if I evade these, presumably there will be things I can do past them. Yeah, and Punch-Out, there's an exhibition mode where you just fight things at random, and you will just encounter Donkey Kong randomly, which makes him much harder than the others because you can't just consistently fight him to practice against him like every other boxer in the game. Your only practice is like after fighting 10 boxers that you've already fought before. Things like that. Okay, this is, Does it want me to just jump down? Hi, Fiora. We'll be fine! Okay. Yeah, this, I think, is completely new. And it looks like we get another slide! This is not a slide! This is not a slide! It is dropping me into water. Okay, we are good. Oh! That frightened me a lot. All this at least showed me where to pick up a quest? Hi. Not on Researcher. Bring food? If I die, I know can take information back to others. He wants Hawk's Flints, Antol Fire Pouches, Ferris Aged Ale. I don't think I'm gonna do that one. I've already done that one, apparently. I have all the things. He wants food. He doesn't need it. Just give him fucking yeah, right? It's like, I specifically want this thing. I did happen to have what he needed. Too hot, but I feel warm again. Ungrateful bastard. Good news, gamer, I'll be okay. Just some minor bleeding. Well, that's good to hear. Alright. That's a quest finished. I'm gonna wander around the area just a bit, but I don't think this is where I'm gonna find the Shulkin leader. But this did solve one mystery, because I knew there was a quest to pick up over there, and I knew that this was a spot I could get to, but I didn't know how, because, again, exit, not an entrance. I have run into this wall several times. Now then, let's go turn in the quest we were able to do, and then I think I'm done here. Missing partner. Back to the chapel. Hey, buddy.
Yes?
Zane just came back safely. Aren't giving up yet. Those ruins must have a secret. Well, we're not gonna find out what it is, because it is surrounded by level 90s. I mean, I'll pick up the quest
Are you that?
in case I want to continue after finishing. I continue on my own time after finishing the story, but we're not doing this now. Disinfecting flesh wounds with alcohol sure does stink. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Oh, I already have 2 of these. Oh, this is the culmination of the Giants quests. There are Giants ruins all over Bionis. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that last one, I literally can't do right now. All right. I hate to give up on the Balance of Power quest, but we gotta know when to cut our losses. Some Hyantia who are still alive? Yeah, apparently. Also, hi Gremlin. Your name is the same color on my screen as a ferret, so I didn't notice that you existed. I did not mean to. Wait, this is Colony 6. Okay, I thought it was Colony 9. Hi Juju. Can we fix anything before we depart? No. Colony 6 is basically as ruined as it was when we first got here. Stealth 100. All right. Wait, where is it I actually need to go? Is it in here? Yes. For me, they're complete opposites, the colors, yeah. All right. I'm gonna take me a 2 or so minute break. And then when I'm back, we're gonna dive into the story part of the stream, you know, an hour and 13 minutes in. We're gonna kill God. See you in like 2 minutes. I'm gonna make sure not to do the wrong screen this time. I promise. All right. See you fellas in a bit. All right, fellas. It's time. I'm always orange because that's the color I picked. Unless you pick a color, it'll be a random color on everyone's screen. Yes, this is true. Yeah, you can choose colors. I don't specifically remember how to do it. I think you can click your name and there's like a pencil edit icon or something. But yeah, I'm blue everywhere. But yeah, yeah, on my screen, both Ferret and Gremlin are orange. And I can't do anything about that. So if I'm confused, bear with me. Anyway. You fellas ready? I'm ready. Let's go depart for the interior of the Bionis. We're ready to fly into the Bionis. Shall we head there now? Yes.
It's the inside of the Bionis.
It looks quite different from when we entered via the marsh.
The Bionis is regaining its biological functions.
Must be because Zanza woke it up.
Very astute observation.
Then we find Zanza and stop him.
Alright. Welcome to the inside of the Bionis, where there are shops and things behind us, and apparently a quest to pick up. What do you want me to do while I'm here, Vinaya?
Hello?
Is this the point of no return? That's my guess. It might not. Might not be. Is the replica Monado to your satisfaction? There's something that I've not yet told you. There are 5 other prototypes in addition to the replica I gave you. I could make them if you had the time and necessary materials. What do you think? Would you like me to make them? Oh, you can... No, this is not a point of no return. These things can all be found at the... on the normal Bionis. We can get other Walgreens Monados. Oh, geez, there's so many. 5 more replica Monados. Wow. Wow. I do wish I knew this already. I could have been working on this all of last stream. I might go back and work on that a little bit later. I'm really not sure how I'm gonna handle this. I assumed this was a point of no return. Let's look at the map. Yeah, we can go everywhere. We can go everywhere. It's fine.
Hello.
See what arts manuals exist here. Final flicker, summon ice, peekaboo, power effect, drive boost. Nah. Family Dollar Monado.
Yes?
Okay. This is the same shop that was outside Colony 6. Alright. Welcome to the inside of the Bionis. For now, we press on. We press on and on and on. Jelly Salua.
Getting stronger.
Right. Let's do this.
Don't let a single one escape. I'm gonna go all out.
It green. So I do like how we sort of came full circle on a thing that happened earlier. Whenever we went through Satoral Marsh, went from Satoral Marsh up to Frontier Village, or something to that effect. I don't remember where specifically it was we were going to and from. We had to go inside the Bionis for like 4 seconds. It was just like one room, and then a geyser took us up to where we needed to go. And And I thought that was kind of weird. It's like, I thought it was kind of odd that we were in the Bionis for a second, but we weren't actually exploring any of it. Well, now here we are. I suppose that wasn't intentional. Here's a taste of what you don't know is coming.
We can definitely do this.
Okay, chain attack time.
Monado, lend us your power.
Double blade.
Here we go. I'm really feeling
Anyway, we're fighting Telethia in here. Haven't acknowledged that.
Mighty.
It-
We did it.
And this is almost dead. There we go. Did that, like, dissipate? Deadly Salua. Another one. Oh, boy.
Let's focus our efforts.
Yeah, these detect by sight.
Try and catch me. Blast.
We can definitely do this. This is the Monado's power. I'll unleash all I've got. Fiora, we're all with you.
That's gotta hurt.
Fiora, awesome.
I'm gonna go all out.
Shulk finally has a topple art, apparently. It's a Monado art, but he has a topple art.
Do it. I know I can.
Okay. Fiora's down. Please get up.
This is going well.
No.
I'm feeling it.
Oh, jeez. The animation sure said that was doing a lot of damage, but it didn't seem to do too much.
My rank is getting double blade.
Monado, lend us your power.
No way. 1, 2, cross it. Now.
Return to us.
Drain. Give me some
This is going well.
Wait. Equalizer.
How many things are in the fight with us right now?
Fiora, nice one.
I'm gonna go all out. Double blade.
I will say, I have no idea how much game there is after this area. No idea how many hours the Bionis interior is supposed to take.
Light heal. We can definitely do this.
Wouldn't want to let us down now. 1, 2, cross impact. I thought I was
Shit, I guess I consume death.
It's no problem. I feel
Damn.
stronger.
That's how it is on this bitch of an earth.
Let's give it a
Here we go. Backslash. Shala, go for it.
Okay, Fiora. Okay, my turn. That was great, guys. Anytime, any place.
Oh? Suppose I need this in the future. Last of the flexible cellular cells. We better get them back to Colony 6. Not anytime soon. Phoenix Telethia. Some ether crystals up ahead. I grab these without alerting this. Yeah, okay. I don't know about you, but being inside the literal world I've been living on my entire life and it being fully biological would kind of freak me out. This is fair, but we did know that this was a living creature. Like, that's just a thing that's just knowledge they live with. For us, that'd be a wacky revelation. For them, it's like, well, we learned that in 4th grade biology, Bionis Interior. Welcome.
You look well, Your Highness.
Uh-huh. It's eugenics, lady.
That voice. It's Lorithia. Show yourself.
Look at that. The heart of the Bionis. The pulsating life of Lord Xanath.
That's kind of freaky. I don't like that.
Quit your yapping and show yourself.
Like, yeah, I don't care about the biology.
I await Your Highness here. There is something I wish to show you. Your friends are welcome to join you. That is, if they survive.
Lorithia, what are you planning?
Forget her for now. We must push on to the heart.
All right.
Are we gonna like slice the ventricles? Make the Bionis stop beating? Okay, this place, I was gonna say, this place looks pretty open. We have 2 paths here. But those paths connect in a super massive web. So, we're gonna go here. Bionis thyroid gland making me act strange. Looks like she's related to the Mechon. She was a high-end regent or something like that. That's not what regent means. Well, we're never getting that affinity. Fiora and Charla max. Also, yeah, that was just a dead end. That I wasn't expecting. Bloodworm. Jelly Salua. Okay, that attacks based on ether use. This one attacks based on sound. So if I just walk at a distance, I won't fight it. Okay. Wool Salua. Some poor folk going for 100% completion might get it, but not us. You mean me in like 2 years. Off stream. Vein Crossroad. Just like that. Tap, tap, tap. I take it Ricky named that one. I really hope we get a bunch of landmarks here, because this place doesn't look very fun to have to walk around multiple times to grab things. How'd it feel like stepping on that shit with your bare feet? How would it feel being stepped on? Having that part of your body stepped on by a bunch of tiny little creatures. Yeah, okay, I figured. Largo Salua. This one's a Largo.
This isn't going well. This is the Monano's power.
I did a topple. Shulk can do it all by his lonesome now. This is character development. When we could first play as Shulk, his entire purpose was breaking enemies so that Rein could topple them. Now Shulk can break, then topple, then daze them all in one. This is the real arc of the game. Bants are able to get into your body, and then to your heart, that is. It's still, I guess so. I guess so. We're small enough that I suppose it's negligible. Just feel like a gross little creepy crawly. Oh no, we're all down. All of us. That's no good. Please let me up. Fiora's dead. Can I?
Sorry, it's my fault.
Oh, Jesus. We're just on the cusp of filling up a third of the meter. How many things are in the fight with us? It looks like a lot. Okay, Jelly Salua, Draco's Telethia. Brian's been made obsolete. Only because Ryan can't inflict break.
Let's focus our efforts.
Okay, understood.
Nothing's gonna stop me. Let's focus our efforts.
Gotcha, understood.
Oh, BRB again. Okay, see you in a second. Okay, this one's almost dead. This fight is hectic.
Nice.
Fiora, that's
Oh
great.
god, there's 3. So there were 4.
My rifle's getting hotter. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Please, can we kill another thing? This is taking a hot minute.
Behold the power of the Monado.
Good to go. Everyone ready for a chain attack?
Okay, this one's almost down, and then we can. Then I think, yeah, we'll go for the chain attack.
Sharp as a nail.
Let's focus our efforts. Here we go. Backslash. Shala, go for it.
Okay. Fiora. Okay. My turn. Hang on. We're not finished.
Increase damage against Mechon. Increase. Removes all enemy buffs and inflicts bleed. It does have a strength buff, so maybe I should get rid of that. We'll go for that.
I'll smash you up.
I've never used this art before. I mean, that seems to work out.
I'm on it. Head shaker. We're not finished yet. Okay. My turn.
Whoa. Okay, that was really good.
We did it. Anytime, any place. My rifle's getting hotter. Double blade.
How do we get this from the side? Or the back? Okay, that was from the back. Charla, can you hear? Here. Can you hear? Can you heal, Fiora? Would appreciate.
Fiora, it's okay. We can definitely do
Okay, there we go. Big scariest one is gone now, so the rest of this fight should be good.
I can do it. I know I can.
Antibody assault.
No, don't give up.
Yeah, do we count as a as like an infection since we're in the Bionis? Is this just its immune system fighting back? Even though it's being controlled by God? We could count as an infection. I think we could.
We do it.
Sorry for disgustingly scratching my nose rubbing my nose every so often. Allergy moment. I mean, all that was really just for some ether that I will never craft with, almost certainly. Happy Duck. Well, I'm glad he's having a good time. Dude, allergies are so cool. They're so cool. I adore them. I think they're positively gamerific. Pars Sympathica Tower. That's supposed to be the name of like one of its body parts. Oh god, you see these blood cells just zooming in the background? Say the word gamerific one more time and I'll report you to the authorities. I mean, rightly so. Okay, that's level 75. I don't want to deal with that. I probably will have to deal with that.
Let's focus our efforts.
Gotcha. Understood. Enemy reinforcement.
All right, I'm feeling it.
Double blade.
And it's going a lot better than expected. This is 2 levels above me and it's going fine. Way better than that fight from earlier.
Now we're pulling together. Monado, lend us your power. Monado. Eater.
Okay, it can heal itself. Also, another Telethia jumped into the fight. Telethia are kind of an example of that thing we were talking about where a game will throw a type of enemy at you as like a sub-boss, and then later they'll be just normal enemies in order to make you feel strong. Yeah, now we're just fighting Telethia all the time. All the time.
I'm on it. Fiora, now you. Okay.
Oh god, are there 3 in the mix now?
Okay, my turn. Monado, faster. It's not over yet.
I'm on it. Head shaker. Nice. We were amazing. How's that?
Fiora, nice one.
Can I get close enough to... Okay, there's definitely 2 in the fight. I was getting them mixed up because they're both identical. Oh god, they're on the ground. Can I go help them, please? Nope, they're both up. But I wanted to help them. I need that sweet affinity.
All right, I'm feeling it.
Feels like I can't move anywhere.
We can definitely do this. This is the Monado's power. I'll smash you up.
I need Fiora to take the aggro again. I feel like part of the problem here is that I'm aggroed, and so I can't move anywhere. That said, it's kind of difficult to do that when Fiora's down. Where is she? Fiora's corpse is about to just fall. Okay, there we are. Oh god.
Sorry. It's my fault.
No, this is not going well, Shul. We're all dazed. I'm dead.
Hang in there. Just a little
The only people who can save me are dazed. Charla's dead also.
We can definitely do this.
Okay, I've gotten Charla up.
We'll stop together.
Okay, and we're both healed. There is a chance we can recover this.
Okay, guys. Now we're putting together.
right shoulder. My
I'm gonna go ahead and take the plunge, get Fiora back.
I'm not gonna
Okay, can I go encourage her?
Fiora, laugh in the face of adversity. 1, 2,
Monado, lend us your power.
I'm toppled. Someone help me. You're getting sent to the digestive system. You are going to Minecraft. This one's almost down. It's taking so long, but okay, we got that one.
Fiora.
I'm gonna go all out.
We can definitely do this.
No, I don't want to go to Minecraft.
We can do even better.
We all have to make hard choices we don't want to.
Heal round.
Sometimes those choices involve sentencing others to fates far worse than our own. If you don't go to Minecraft, then who?
I only need
Here we go. Take this.
I'm on it. Fiora,
Sending you to Shadow the Hedgehog. No!
we're not finished.
Leave it to me. Almost there.
I don't want to fight that damn fourth Chaos Emerald. No! Yeah, that'll happen when you do that to your throat. Oh, it's dead. I don't know what killed it.
I don't think we can
It
carry on like
still had a
this.
decent amount of health, I thought.
Here for a while.
No complaints, of course. Sarsaparilla. What kind of sarsaparilla? We just picked up a sarsaparilla in Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, Cam, in the future, I would recommend against screeching like a ring wraith. Can't make any promises. Gotta do it for the content. Hell yeah, brother, Sunset Sarsaparilla. Shulk got Nuka-Cola. Oh boy, okay. No, I want, okay. Largo Salua is the one that we want dead. I mean, we want them all dead, because presumably they're all gonna enter the fight. Because every fight here has to involve 70 different enemies at once. But this is the one that attacks, so this is the one we're focused on.
Things are really heating up. Go, Shala.
I don't like how this just slides across the ground. It like slithers, kinda. It's very close to dead. We got it.
My rifle's getting hotter.
We can definitely do this.
These fights are easy when Telethia aren't involved. Telethia be scary. That missed?
Go for it.
Okay.
Fiora, alrighty. Hang on. We're not finished.
Leave it to me.
That worked. Enemy types a master of the cha-cha slide.
Anytime, any place.
God, the blood cells. Look at it. Look at it just vibing. I don't think I've given enough praise to the world concept in this game, because this is very good. I like have a newfound appreciation for it now that we're like literally going through the innards of the Bionis and like seeing all its gross intestinal biological functions happen around us. It's making me want to play Bowser's Inside Story. Just like that one episode of the Magic School Bus. That was an episode of the Magic School Bus, wasn't it? Licorn, Telethia, Licorn, Clandestine Apeti. 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 Nope, okay, that grabbed 2, which is not good.
Let's focus our efforts.
Alright, let's get rid of the weaker one, which is a Telethia, so this might take a bit. I can take on a level 74 unique monster on its own. Equal leveled unique monster with something else surrounding it, and probably not a good idea. That said, we're getting through the Telethia pretty easily, it looks like. Oh god, I'm toppled. Never seen the Magic School Bus, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. Well,
Hang in there. Don't give up.
hit that nail on the head, I think. There's a Phineas and Ferb episode where the boys go inside, go into the intestines of their sister Candace.
We can do even better. Come on, Shala.
Come on, this Telethia is almost down. Please. Okay, here we are. Completely blocked that from my memory, but it sure as hell exists. That it does.
Split edge. Now's perfect for a chain attack.
All right, chain attack, good or bad? We'll see.
Split edge. Charla.
I'm on it. Fiora, alrighty. Hang on. We're not finished.
Leave it to me. How's this?
Okay, I think that was pretty good.
How do you like that?
I was kind of hoping for another
Backslash.
round, so I could take advantage of that combo, but
There's no escape.
We can definitely do this.
doing all right, I think.
This is the Monano's power.
I can topple it. Now let's see if there's a spike while it's toppled. No,
Looking good too, Fiora.
I didn't daze it like I should have. Fiora, I need you to be aggro. Okay, she's got it.
Double blade. The next one will hurt even more.
This is a shockingly good party. I mean, I guess it's not shocking. Fiora acts as a pretty good tank. Charla's the healer. Shulk's the glass cannon. Like, they all have their roles and they fill them well. I'm just, you know, I'm really rude. I should just stop being shocked whenever Charla is actually useful. Like, she is the best healer. That is her role. She is the one healer. Like, you can outfit Ricky to be a healer if you want, because he's a jack of all trades, but the fact still remains that Charla is the best healer and is built to be the best healer.
Great, guys.
Fiora may be a great tank, but it's not my boy Ryan. But Fiora also has an insanely good damage output. Like, honestly, I haven't been using her enough and giving her enough credit because I personally don't know how to play her myself. But she might, depending on who you talk to, might outclass Ryan and Dunban. Because she can take hits like Ryan, but can deal a ton of damage like Dunban. But is it Fiora time? I didn't think so. It's Ryan time. This is fair. I will not argue with this.
Get up.
You're a star.
Fiora. Glad you're around. Split edge. All together now.
You said it, Shulk. That's gotta hurt.
Fiora. Nice one.
You can't present a counter argument for that. It's flawless. This is true. I do concede.
Here we go. Backslash. Charla.
I'm on it. I really like our vibe. Me too, Fiora.
Did she say I really like our vibe?
Perfect.
We did it.
We vibin' and we vibin' well. Oh god, video game. Oh, that's another unique monster. I didn't see that one.
Focus our efforts.
I knew there was one at the end of the line here. Had no idea this existed, was about to pass by it. Not that it really matters, but because I'm not going for every unique monster, but it's here and I can kill it, so I shall.
I'm feeling pretty good. That's a good sign, Fiora.
Alright, I need to get him up.
Take my hand.
Sorry.
Vibing inside of the world who's also a giant robot, which is also fully biological. How about you?
The best team ever.
Me when I'm inside a giant robot, which is fully biological.
You.
Monano, lend us your power.
That's a good sign, Fiora.
Getting close to a chain attack.
Chain attack. Ready and
Here we go. Backslash. Charla, go for it.
I'm on it. Fiora, now you. Okay.
Ah, it didn't give me that next one.
That was great, guys. Anytime, any place. Steady blade. Light heal. Things are really heating up.
I will say, I've been playing this game for nearly 70 hours now. Still have no idea what determines whether or not you get another chance in a chain attack. Sometimes it'll say, yeah, you can get one more attack as long as you get this button prompt correct, and sometimes it doesn't give you the option. I don't know what they're trying to stop. Wait, where is its back? It wasn't letting me hit it from the back for a bit. There we are. Now we have directional advantage. Okay, we're close to another chain attack.
Here we go. Backslash. Shala, go for it.
Nope. Okay, this one just doesn't want to give me those extra attacks. Which, you know, probably strategically better idea. Better idea than what the other enemies have done. But, you know, everything's fucking closed. Oh no! Food-wise?
It's over.
Let's keep on going like this, guys. Right, let's keep going.
Well, that gave me... These are giving me arts manuals. Which is interesting. Not what I was expecting. No, I didn't really want to fight this. It's just one normal enemy. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Just wanted one fucking root beer, and now they've summoned my wrath.
Things are really heating up. Go, Shala.
You shouldn't have done that.
The next one will hurt even more.
Shala.
Fabulous. I think we can do it. Fire! No way! Ether! Drain!
Backslash.
Okay,
Let's do this. Backslash.
I really used a chain attack to kill that in one hit. Anyone here watch Supernatural? No.
Anytime, any place.
I saw that it was trending on Twitter for some reason. Could I tell you the reason? No. The truth that the fucking car went to heaven? I have no idea. You can't tell me the car went to heaven. I know Lightning McQueen's a fucking sinner. Pissed on my fucking wife. Woo! Wait, is this the beginning? Have I looped around? I think I have. Yeah, this is that heart-to-heart I couldn't do.
This isn't going well.
Hang
No,
in there.
Shulk, it usually
Let's
doesn't
get it
go
all
well
out.
when you jump to your death. Yeah, I've looped around. So where's it I actually need to go? Do I need to go through here? No, that's where I came from. No, this is where I came from. Terminal trachea. No, that's where the marsh was. Where we went to the marsh through. Is it here? That I'm gonna be able to like cross to the center? I'm not actually sure where it wants me. Does it want me to go down here? Regardless, it sure seems I need to go to this landmark. Okay, no, that won't let me go to the center, so I'll go this way then. Let me check the map. So if I go up top here, that lets me go down. If I... Which way? Do I need to take this fork? Okay, I think I do. Now I have a very important question for chat and God. Can't believe Lightning McQueen pissed on my whole fucking family. You didn't put a fucking... I put the fucking in there. Now you need to piss on the moon in retaliation. Could it be possible to theoretically piss on the moon and to live? Why is the car in heaven? I don't know. It's probably straight. I can answer, but I know God's a fickle bitch, so you may have to wait a bit for God's response. We'll see what Zanza has to say once we get to him. I don't think Eggman died though, but Eggman is a god. This is true. Whoa, is this 3 Telethia in this fight? Video game. Hey Zenzo, what happened to Smoon? What happened to Smoon? Oh, this chain attack's a bad idea. They're, both of them are on their way to death. Both the other two.
Got it. I'll blow you away. Ha! Monado Cyclone.
Well, that did nothing, it looks like.
How do you like?
How do you like that?
Let's focus our efforts.
Which one are we on? This one.
We can definitely do this.
I missed.
Chala, don't worry about it.
Thanks. Fire!
Let's focus our efforts.
Gotcha. Okie dokie.
This isn't going well.
Clear. 1, 2.
When this isn't going well. This isn't going well.
Stay strong.
There's notifications on my screen that are blocking chat. I'm on the ground. I use that time to fix this. Can I help Charla? No, we're all just gonna keep getting toppled. Every single one of us. Over and over.
Stay strong.
My rifle's getting hotter. Hang in there. Just a little longer. Clear.
Standing is a social construct, you see.
Monado, lend us your power.
Oh my god. Guys, please stop knocking us over. Where's Fiora? Fiora needs encouragement. Okay, can we not die, please? Video game. Fiora's about to die and we're gonna need to help her.
We can definitely do this. Split edge. Backslash.
Alright, we're at a chain attack. Is it smart to use it? If Fiora's health was better, it would be. But I don't trust whether or not Fiora's gonna live. Well, now I'm aggroed, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it.
Take this. Chala.
I'm on it. Fiora, now you. Okay.
Okay, that kills that one.
Hang on. We're not finished.
Leave it to me. Yeah.
Okay, that was decent. Probably worth it.
How do you like that?
We're counting on you.
Let's focus our efforts.
Okay. Understood. Give me some space.
We can definitely do this. This is the Monado
These fights are so long. Oh, we're at the 2-hour mark already. Jeez.
All right, I'm feeling it. We can definitely do this. Shadow Eye.
Double blade.
Is it just the one we're dealing with? Yes, okay. And this is almost dead. There we go.
Fight was really brutal.
Someone leveled up.
Carry on,
I
lass.
think it was Fiora.
Thought we were done for.
Could I take my PP out on the moon and somehow not die? Okay, so time to work this out. So the dark side of the moon is freezing as fuck and also a good Pink Floyd album, and the light side's burning fucking hot. Maybe a possible portion in between where the temperature's fine, but you wouldn't want to have your bare ass out for too long. Now, for oxygen, you could train to be one of those divers that can hold their breath for 10 minutes and walk out when the temperature's fine, take a quick whiz, make it back to the capsule in time to be okay. Custom-built spacesuit is hard since you'd have to find a way for the suit to perfectly seal to your skin to not let any air out. Although if you cut the front opening and duct taped it, yes, really, that could maybe be enough for your purposes. So theoretically, possibly. Thank you for this conclusive this conclusive answer. If there's a chance, I'll try it. They are determined. Please own't. Listen, I think you're the enabler here. So is this taking me down to where I,
Dada, I hope you can see me.
Third lung bronchus. Bronchus. I'm going back to brunch. Well, that just dropped us out by, where we first entered the interior ages and ages ago. Now, is this useful? Is this a good place to be? Because if so, I could have just teleported to that landmark forever ago. But I have a feeling this exit that I'm headed toward is just going to let me out by Colony 6. Or wherever it was. I think it was, we came in here through Colony 6 and then exited through, exited to Satoral Marsh. I guess we've left the interior. In that case, I really don't know where it is I need to go. Auroral statues. Yeah, this is, not where we need to be. Not at all. This is Satoral Marsh. Okay. Just ask God where we need to go. Fair question. Huh. Maybe down here we can like then walk up into the... Are we trying to make our way to the center? I'm not totally sure. I just don't know where I need to be. Xanta, where do you want me? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we get here and then go there. Because up here leads nowhere, here leads nowhere. It's just kind of an all-encompassing web of nowhere. Also, Ferret, I specifically answered your question of if you could pull out your pee-pee to piss on the moon. But if you'd be satisfied with pissing in a jar and pouring it on the moon, that is an infinitely better solution. I concur with this. This is probably a regret.jpg. That's not an actual link, I figured. It is infinitely better, but where's the fun in that? Don't click on it, I don't know where it goes. Kaime Salua. Well, that's a completely new type I haven't seen before. This might be helpful, I don't know. Super Soaker facilitated piss deployment would be pretty fun. Piss cannon. Officer Robusto. All cops are bad, especially the ones that are antibodies within the Bionis interior. Those are the worst cops. Domo arigato, Mr. Robusto. Guess we want the weaker one dead first. Usually the best bet. A-cab, especially this guy. I gotta say, no longer confident that we will finish the game tonight. Just considering we're at the 2-hour mark and still kind of just vibing through the super long dungeon before the final boss, and having no real idea having no real idea if there will be anything after this. I think there will be, considering that, oh, I'm dead and we don't have enough to come heal me, I don't think. Do we? Oh, thanks, Charla.
I can still do it. Fiora, we're all with you.
Anyway, what was I saying? We've seen that vision that shows us on Prison Island confronting Dixon. And this is not Prison Island. And unless the interior of the Bionis will naturally route us through Prison Island, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more after we're through the Bionis interior. So, not exactly overly confident that,
This isn't going well. We haven't
oh, I did not mean to heal Fiora. That was supposed to be Charlotte. Screams in agony. I sure like when Silk screams in agony.
glad you're around.
I'm Xandra, and I like it when you scream in agony.
Keep at it.
Okay, let's finish this.
God, I'm asleep.
Catch me.
Fiora, come help me.
I see it.
Rip Fiora, I mean Charlotte.
Pull yourself together.
Sorry, this isn't like me.
Take this.
There's no escape.
Oh God, Fiora's dead. Where's Charlotte? Way over here. There we go.
This isn't going well.
Sorry. Give me some space. Heal round.
Yeah, that's a lot better to have, because she can heal me.
We can definitely do this.
I'm not doing it.
Monado, lend us your power. I see it.
Okay, I think we're about to have this one dead, and then we gotta kill the cop.
Sorry.
Thing that's probably against TOS to say out loud. Fine. There's no such thing as context. Context doesn't matter.
Rush off.
Just what I needed. Heal.
You can do better than that.
I'm all right, thank you. All right, I'm feeling it. Split edge.
We're in a much better position than we were. This is still scary, and it'd be nice to have Fiora back, please.
Just what I needed.
Cure bullet. Go.
Hang in, Hoot.
My rifle's getting hotter.
Hoot. Take this. Monado, lend us your
Can
power.
you still fight?
Yeah, I'm not quitting yet. I'll smash you up.
Fire.
We need the party gauge up just a little bit, and then we can heal Fiora. But because
I'm feeling it.
I'm forever aggroed, I can't get the
Cure bullet.
direction bonus by backslashing it or anything. So we kind of can't increase the party gauge, looks like. Oh! We just got it. Okay. Fiora, 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 Fiora.
I'm feeling it.
Double blade. Can you still fight? 1, 2, 3. There's no escape.
Alright, we're all back. This is a much better position.
Definitely do this.
If only because with Fiora tanking, I can. Who just fell off the cliff? Did that just happen? Hi, Charlotte. Welcome back.
Getting hotter. Heal. Gun drones.
Pull yourself together.
Thanks. I'm all right now. 1, 2.
Shadow Eye. Just Fiora. Glad you're around.
Try and catch me.
Can I get the direction? Fiora, can you do your tank job so that I can get directional bonuses and do me a chain attack? Because that seems to be the only way we're gonna
Double blade.
actually deal some real damage here. What even are these? Weird antibody things. I guess in the Bionis.
Things are really heating up. Go, Shala. There's no escape. Time's over. Try and dodge this.
Shana, you how's that?
All right. I can topple it. And that would save Fiora. Let's do it.
I'll unleash all I've got. Almost there.
Alright, cool.
In our sight.
Behold the power of the Monado. How do you like
It does have a spike when it's down, because of course it does.
this? Will leave a mark. Shake your edge.
My rival's fighting hotter.
And I'm gonna back up, because that spike actually was about to completely demolish us. So don't topple that again.
I'm not gonna fall again. 1, 2, cross it.
I'm feeling it. This isn't going well.
And topple spikes are frustrating. This thing is taking so long.
This isn't going well.
No, don't give up.
You're okay. Come on, snap out of it.
Heal blade. Clear.
Yeah, we get it. Shulk's gonna die. Tenfold.
Monado, lend us your power. Let's go.
Stronger.
This isn't going well.
Yeah, I'm near dead. Charla, thanks.
My rival's fighting hotter.
All right, I'm feeling
No
it.
escape.
Like, I think we're gonna win this, but it's taking so long.
I really like how high.
Me too, Fiora.
There we go. Okay.
Brutal.
Thought we were done for. I don't think we can carry on like this.
The unique monsters here drop good things, though. They almost all have what looks like is probably good armor. At least if I'm still getting armor sets at this stage in the game, they're definitely going to be almost certainly better than what I'm currently wearing. But also, a lot of the earlier ones in this region were dropping arts manuals, and that's really good. Hi there. I don't want to fight you. I really have no desire. Hi, Charlotte. We see you. Okay, we're good. Haven't been to this part, but it is not looking like we're getting close to where we need to be. Oh, I hadn't considered the story route. Where is it telling me to go? Well, upper level, but where is that? Okay, we'll find out. Oh, geez. Okay. Never mind. It looks like we're at least on the right track. Okay, we need to get to that platform up there. So I will need to backtrack a little bit to get up there. Then what, pray tell, is the point of this area here? Have I been here? Dark King Barbarous. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I passed by that. I've spent far more time in this area than I've needed to. Absolutely. I almost ran off that cliff. And it's almost entirely because I haven't bothered pulling up the story memo to see where the path is leading me. One of those blood cells is gonna go right along the path and just knock me off. Oh, yep. Coming back through here, forgot about this thing that I very specifically avoided fighting. Some things are just inevitable. But that's contrary to the themes of the theme of this game. This game's about not resigning yourself to fate.
I can do it. I know I can.
This is the Monado's power.
Nice.
Fiora, that's great.
Let's do it.
is it? Okay. 73% chance of escaping alive. Oh my god, that was two of them at once, to the point that it like refreshed my chat. It was just overloaded by bots all at once, and it was only 2. Anyway, thank you, Donnie. Thank you for that. Fuck off and die. Oh, Fiora's asleep. Oh, so is Charla.
Should be okay now.
Okay. I accidentally warned Charla, but Charla did manage to save me by putting the thing to sleep. Which then immediately woke up and did another thing, but that's fine. It's dead, so. Can we kill it with this chain attack, please? Probably not. Probably gonna take a little more than this, but okay, maybe not. Eh, it's okay.
That was great, guys.
Whoa.
Right, let's keep going. Let's stay alert.
Can we get there without interruptions now? No. Absolutely not. No chance. Okay, those respond to ether. That responds to ether. Doesn't seem to be anything else, so that's good. Now what about through here? Salua. Talua. I don't know. Talua. Cellua. Oh, that's definitely what it is. They're cells. It's Cellua. That's why they called it. 'Cause that's how the naming in this gaming works. Whoa. Ghostly Mahatos. Guarding a heart to heart, it looks like. Can I pass you? Are you gonna open fire? Not at this stage, you're not. Can't do that. Could I try? Don't have any landmarks. Oh, actually, we do have a landmark just nearby. Okay, I'm gonna attempt this.
Right, let's do this.
Don't let a single one escape. Good luck, everyone.
Shadow Eye.
Catch me.
Fiora, glad you're around. Let's focus on
Place your bets. How's this one gonna go? 2 levels ahead of us, but don't seem to be any other enemies that could make this
me too, Fiora.
more difficult.
Definitely do this. Monado, lend us your power. This isn't going well.
I can do it. I know I can. We're starting to look like a team.
We can do even better. Come on, Charla. Take this.
Whoa, 2 bots? It was twofer. We got a twofer. That was a pretty quick chain attack. Let's do it.
I'm on it. Alrighty.
Didn't want me to use very much of that chain attack, it seems.
That's gotta hurt.
Fiora.
I'm gonna go all out.
It doesn't have a spike. That's good. Who toppled it? Was that... Did Fiora do that? I certainly did not. That's another chain attack.
Here we go. Take this. Shala.
I'm on it. Fiora, now you. My turn.
Forces topple on enemies in front. Let's do it.
Final cross. Just a little more. Keep hang on.
And that works. Okay.
Leave it to me.
Is that a 100% chance?
This is how we do it.
This will leave a mark. Shake a wrench.
Two. Let's keep on going, Shala. Power drain.
Take this.
This fight's going shockingly well. I feel in total control.
We can do even better.
I know I
Come on,
can.
Shala. All right. I'm feeling it.
And we're at another chain attack already. It only has like 2 hits worth left, but
Shala, go for it.
I'm on it.
we got some affinity out of it. So,
Okay, perfect.
okay,
This is
that
how
went
we
well.
do it.
With that out of the way, we can climb up to the heart, it looks like. Now, is this going to be it for the interior? Or do you think we're going to go in the heart? Or do you think there's just any other sort of a weird intestinal thing we're going to have to do after fighting Larithia? We know that's what it's building toward, right? That's my assumption. We're going to get up here and then we're going to battle Larithia. Larithia, sorry. They've said her name out loud a bunch of times, but I read it as Larithia, but it's Larithia. Alright, that took a lot longer than it should have, but you can't say I didn't explore the whole place. But here we go into the heart, which has a door apparently. Whoa. I don't like it in here.
Welcome to my world. I must say, I am surprised. Zanza's vessel truly does have a will of its own, and looking quite sprightly.
Yeah, I'm shocked too.
I'm still alive. I won't die. Not yet. And that's why we're here.
Everyone who lives in this world has a life. So, it shouldn't be threatened by anyone. We'll never give in to Zanza.
So full of passion. Well, if it's life you're looking for, I'll show you true life.
Big Telethia? Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Galleon!
Oh.
Brother!
There is no use in calling. It worked before, but now his transformation is complete. He is my adorable servant.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
Do you know the meaning of the word telethia? It means that which eliminates impure life. Impure life, just like you. That which Lord Zanza does not require shall be extinguished from this world.
Are they both in the Telethia now? Disciple Larithia. Yeah, this is her. Gee willikers. Okay, here we go. Why did we exit the fight? Did you see that? It's the thing just went away for a second. God, this has... That's got a spike. Let's get rid of that. Try and get rid of the tiny ones as soon as we can. This isn't good. No, this isn't going well, Shulk. There's also, we also need to mention the fact that the boss does out level me.
Be extinguished from this world.
Now we're pulling together.
Hi, can we heal Charla, please?
Charlotte, hang in there.
I'm okay. Light heal. You shall be extinguished from this world.
Going well.
Sorry, it's my
Charla, I might need some more help. In a second, please. Can you handle that? Yes, shockingly.
Let's focus our efforts.
Would it be better to just let the enemies be bad while we let the enemies like whittle away at us while we actually hurt the thing that can be hurt without spike damaging us? This whole fight is just gross.
Stay strong. We haven't lost yet.
It is. This one's also blocking our attacks almost entirely, which is very not good.
Renato, which light heal.
You shall be extinguished from this world.
This is not going well, not at all, and we've barely done any damage to the enemy, to the boss proper. Wait, is there only one? No, there's a billion different
Let's focus our efforts.
different ether clouds or whatever these are.
We can definitely do this. This isn't going well. Renato, lend us your power. Take this.
I would also like to
Hang in there.
build our party gauge a little bit, please. Nope, Charlotte's down. Well, okay, actually, threw me a bone there. Gave me the prompt so I could refill the party gauge. So we at least got Charlotte back for another little bit.
Sorry. I'm feeling it.
Are these able to heal themselves? Because it doesn't really look like I'm making a ton of inroads on actually damaging them. This feels like I'm going about it all wrong, but I can't think of any other way to go about it. I mean, when I inevitably lose this one, I'm going to switch party. Switch my party out a little bit. Not sure to who, but I think we need some more damage output in order to properly get rid of these quickly. Oh god, video game. Please stop throwing visions at me. We're in a limbo where I'm not making any progress in the actual fight, but I'm too stubborn to die.
I'm feeling it. Backslash. This'll leave a mark. Stay correct. This isn't going well.
Sacrifice shot. Does that like take health from it? What does that do on its end? Why is it called that?
Renato, lend us your power. How's this?
Whoa! Oh! Yeah, they're all gone. Those did sacrifice the other. Okay, we're in a much better position now. There's only one left. The boss, but
Pay for your insolence.
we got Fiora back.
Pay for
Okay.
your insolence.
Never mind. We actually have we have a shot now.
You'll pay for your insolence. Pay homage to eternal power. Pay homage to eternal power.
Pay homage to eternal power. Okay, she just keeps spawning these indefinitely, so we have to
Your insolence.
just deal with it. It looks like.
You'll pay for your insolence.
Which means we just wasted a lot of time.
You'll pay for your insolence.
Okay, looks like we're gonna be very dependent on chain attacks. Poor Charlotte's down. Why was Charlotte aggroed enough to die?
I'm not doing too
Well,
well.
we're all down.
Is for defying
Look at how much health it has left. Look how much health she has left. We haven't dealt anything to her. And I'm dazed and can't get to anyone. And will die before I am able to. Whoa! I'm just walking. I'm not doing this. I was just walking in a circle. That is not an effect I've seen before. Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Sorry.
Yeah, this fight's not gonna go well. Sorry, video game.
I'm losing it.
Okay. Charlotte healed me.
This is the Monado's power.
I would like to have a bit of the fight where I can have all my party members back again. And we can spend time building a chain attack instead of just building enough in our party gauge to make sure we're not all dying. This just feels like I'm delaying my inevitable death. Like I'm not making actual progress toward winning this fight. Charlotte's down.
You'll pay for your insolence.
This is the Monado's power. I'm really feeling it.
You shall be extinguished from this world.
Look at her health.
Not good.
Well, judging from my health, it certainly looks like this is the end. But also, I'm so dependent on Charla for survival right now that if I switch my party out, I kind of fail to see how we'll live without her. Everyone's still alive. Do not feel in control of this fight even slightly.
Pay for your insolence.
What is that? What is that squeal sound? Ah! Ah! What is that?
I'll smash you up.
Just had to decline an offer to go eat with others during Thanksgiving break. Good, of course. I mean, good on you for declining, but of course people are offered.
Your insolence. This is for defying law.
Is this possible? It sure doesn't seem like it. Fiora's been on the ground forever. Okay. It's over. We're dead. Did not even deal an eighth of her health. Okay, we're gonna try and figure something else out here. Ellie is the one who's most relevant story-wise anyway. This is her brother she's trying to kill.
Enjoy this battle, for it will be your
Invitation comes from my mom's new in-laws. Oh. Be okay with going with just one or two family members, but invitation comes from... Okay, yeah.
I'm really feeling it.
Yeah, Ricky I think is going to be very important for this fight so that we can
You'll pay for your insolence.
so we can fill the party gauge.
You'll pay for your insolence. You'll pay for your insolence. You'll pay for your insolence.
I mean, we're dealing damage a lot faster already, it looks like.
Insolence.
Alright, we'll do the charge attack.
Manifest yourself.
Wow, that was pitiful. Melia was the only one who did any amount of damage there.
Be over soon.
Please let me up. Okay, Shulk's dead.
This is for defying Lord Xanath.
I'm dead. Okay. Lost that a lot faster. Okay, the vision, we don't need it. We don't need it. I've already lost. I'm dead. There's not enough in the party gauge to revive me. We're just watching Ricky die. Yep. Mind you, these are the in-laws that hosted a wedding during a pandemic. Yeah, that'd be a fat no. Yeah, that's not happening.
Prepare yourselves.
I'm ready.
Enjoy this battle, for it will be your last.
They are not in range of the
You'll pay
buffs.
for your insolence.
Okay, now they're.
You shall be extinguished from this world.
What? Don't you dare give up.
Oh God, Ricky's already down, and Ricky's our healer,
Dare give up.
and Shulk is down. Are you kidding me?
I feel the ether building within me.
Okay, it sure is looking like Charla's gonna be necessary, but
Fading. Take me lightly.
I don't know what to do on this fight. We are out leveled, like, pretty badly. Well, no, that implies that. No, we are out leveled by 1, but it's not good.
For defying Lord Xanath.
I'm dead again. Okay, this party's clearly not it, but I don't know which is. Swap Rhine in, so we have a proper tank. Maybe just have Melia be the damage dealer. No Shulk necessary.
Now you shall witness our power.
Leave it to Ryan.
Sidekicks, try hard.
Summon.
Enjoy this battle, for it will be your last. You'll pay for your insolence.
Oh, Ryan's already discouraged. Okay. I am gonna have to figure something out for Thanksgiving break. Dining halls close early on Wednesday and remain closed until late on Sunday. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, that is something I've noticed. They're very bad at accommodating students who stay during the break.
You'll pay for your insolence. It'll all be over soon.
Oh God. Okay, I'm toppled. Ryan's right here. Actually, Ryan just helped me, I think. Ryan will die, it looks like. Anyone dead? No.
The source of all life.
This is for defying Lord Xanath.
It's not looking well. Is this gonna be like a scripted fight where I have to get halfway there and then we're good? Because I really do not see any universe in which I can actually win this. Am I gonna have to go and grind? Maybe the game's telling me to go do those do that quest to get better versions of Armanado.
We are far from finished here.
Yeah, we can.
Pay for your insolence.
Wait, what? Okay, he got me somehow.
Give it my all.
Nah, Ryan's got it.
I have been granted immortality. You cannot win. It'll all be over soon.
Yeah, we're dead. Fuck. I don't know what to do.
What? Don't you dare give up.
Fiora should probably be in there. Okay, let's try this.
Come on. We can do it.
Enjoy this battle, for it will be your last.
I'm feeling it.
Your energy is
You'll pay for your insolence.
No, I can't.
This will be the first time I'm really legit playing as Fiora. But I have spent a bunch of time leveling her arts up, so I feel at least marginally familiar.
Now's your chance.
Got it. Monado. Ricky, it's your turn.
Here, Ricky, go. My turn.
Definitely didn't do a lot of damage, but it was damage. And in this fight, that seems to be all I can really ask for. Fiora needs some health. Big Bang 6. Lorithia creates a new universe. The movie.
You'll pay for your insolence.
I'm gonna go all out.
This is for defying Lord.
Okay, the party gauge is filling pretty rapidly, so
I have been granted immortality.
that's at least
You cannot win.
got me covered. And if I die, I guess. Now, what I need is to be the tank. Hey, Shulk. Stop being aggro.
You'll pay for your insolence. You'll pay for your insolence. See if you can stop this.
This chain attack is probably a bad idea.
You'll pay for your insolence. You'll pay for your insolence.
Will I pay for my insolence? Is that what's going to happen?
You'll pay for your insolence.
We're already at another chain attack? First I'm gonna topple you. A thing that did in fact work. For like 4 seconds. But also, like, look at her health. I can topple again.
You'll pay for your insolence.
This'll leave a mark. Shake your edge.
And she takes way more damage under, while she's toppled, it looks like.
My turn.
You'll pay for your insolence.
Come on. We're not finished.
Leave it to me. Keep it up.
Hey, this chain attack's going well. Hey, something's going my way. Okay, she's below a quarter.
We were amazing.
You'll pay. No,
I really like our vibe.
I cannot die.
We got it. Okay. Wow. So toppling was the key. She takes almost no damage unless she's toppled. There was also a he in there and he's dead.
Brother? Is that really you? Oh, I have longed to see you.
This is not real.
I too, Melia.
Brother, I must apologize. To you, and to everyone.
Because of our transformation into Telethia.
I am a princess, but I brought misfortune upon the High End here. I...
Do explain how any of this is your fault, specifically.
You are mistaken, Melia. The Telethia gene lies dormant within us all. There was no escaping the cursed blood in our veins, sister. It was fate. That is why our father sought to dilute the bloodline. You are the hope of the High Entia. You will not transform into a Telethia. Even after the Bionis has reawakened, you can still succeed the Imperial line. You have the power to end our suffering. Knowing this, both I and Father were happy to sacrifice ourselves. It was our choice.
Brother...
There is no need to fear. After all, this is precisely our wish. In the end, you are the only ones who can stop Zanza.
Yes.
Now, leave her to me. You must go. You must accompany Shulk.
No! My Telethia! You! What have you done?
I mean, killed you,
I have done
presumably.
nothing. This is your destiny. Accept it with dignity.
Ah! My body! No! I was promised immortality! Ah!
That was extravagant.
Brother...
Melia, at long last I can be with Father. You must now live your own life. The path you forge, the future you choose. That is the hope of the High Entia.
Thank you, brother. Your words will stay with me forever.
His words?
Oh, Ricky heard. Ricky heard Melly's brother. Oh, Callian say, hope of bird people.
In those
Where
words.
Melly's brother? Oh, Ricky not see him, but Ricky hear him.
Ricky... You too heard his parting words. Thank you.
Melia.
Thank you for your concern. I am all right. Let us go and secure the future my brother so hoped for.
Right back to emotionless.
We will. Together.
On in time.
Such a brave princess.
Go away!
Dixon!
Oh, he's just standing there. I expected him to be like, well, this isn't one of the cool cutscenes. This is one of the ones where they're just standing around talking. I expected him to be like standing above on a balcony thing. No, he's just sitting here.
Don't look at me like that. I take time out of my schedule to send you off to a nice spot, and that's how you welcome me.
What do you mean?
I'll be waiting at Prison Island.
Uh-huh.
I've picked out a lovely place to return your flesh and blood to the Bionis. Don't keep me waiting. See ya later.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, me too.
Come on, everyone. We've got to get to Prison Island. Okay.
What say you, pals? Do we go to Prison Island? I mean, I expected we'd have to walk to Prison Island. No, we just follow him into the teleporter. This is straight up it. I'm guessing. Boss fight against Lorithia. Boss fight a bit against Dixon. Maybe boss fight against Alvis. Not sure. Is this the point? It might be. I don't. This point, I don't know. Within the Bionis heart and the Bionis interior, Dixon beckons Shulk to enter the black fog and pursue him. I do have a thought. I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that, so Galleon was like, we all had the Telethia gene in us, which meant we were doomed to turn into Telethia whenever Zanza wanted to do his genocide. And that's why the Emperor was trying to dilute the bloodline. Was trying to introduce more Homs into the bloodline to get rid of the Telethia gene. I'm not sure how I feel about how the answer to the eugenics vibe that they had was to do eugenics in the opposite direction. I just don't know how I just don't know that I love that. Like, Lorithia, we knew was eugenicsy lady, and we found out that was because, well, you gotta make sure that the Telethia gene stays so we can serve Zanza's purpose. But the Emperor the whole time was like, we have to stop breeding in the Hyentia, between Hyentia, and introduce Homs into the bloodline to get rid of the gene. That's still eugenics. That is still eugenics. We keep seeing new shit thinking, is this the point of no return? And this game keeps saying, nah, it's whack. Well, gamers, I will be going to bed now. Okay, good night, Ferret. Thanks for stopping by and for staying this long. We're gonna continue. Into the fog we go. Eugenics to avoid genocide. Yeah, usually those work hand in hand. Here we are. I think anyone had eugenics and genocide in the vocab when making this game. This is fair.
Hey! Is this...
It's Prison Island. So it has sunk into the Bionis head.
Oh, is that where we are?
Oh, Dun. Ricky feel funny feeling from above. Ricky instinct say Dixon is there.
Ricky have good instinct given that Dixon directly told us that he would be there.
Yes, I agree. Start praying to Zanza, Dixon. We're coming! I can feel the power!
Prison Island. Prison that once held Zanza. It fell from the sky into the interior of the Bionis. Okay, we can still travel places. I'm going to... Did we just fucking say... Yeah, I don't know why it's... This is... Oh my god. It's Prison Island. There's this spot way over here. Gotta check that first, even though it's definitely not necessary. Hell raspberry. Newgate Laya. Oh, come on. No. 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 We're not doing this. We're definitely doing this. Is there any reason to go this way outside? There be damaged transporter. Alright, let's fight this one. Fior's got a good mix of debuffs and damage output. If you so choose to outfit her with them. Yeah, I've been sleeping on Fiora. Been sleeping on Fiora. She is extremely useful. And she's fun to play as. I just didn't bother to learn her until super late. Ageless Moabit. Uh-huh. We love us an ageless Moabit, don't we, folks?
Ready when you are. Follow my lead. Double blade. Shock.
Oh, he doesn't have a Monado art ready. I was gonna have him, do a heal. Or, no, I was gonna have him purge the aura. Ricky's doing the heal. Okay, gotta say, didn't expect diving into Prison Island to immediately devolve into just fighting generic enemies again. Very hard enemies though, so probably level ups that we need. Ricky doesn't have 9. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Ryan does. He's very close though. I imagine if I put an HP gem on him, he'd probably be at max. Please let me up. Who's aggroed? Ricky? Yeah. And now he's dead. Please, can I be the one who's aggroed? This is what I'm here for. This fight's taking a bit. This one's hard, and I'm not confident we'll win.
Hang in there. Just a little longer.
Glad you're around. We can definitely do this.
Only just reaching half.
Looking good too, Fiora.
Double blade. It's wonderful to be with everyone.
Oh God. Shulk. Yeah, he's dead. I know just how it is. I'm guessing this game, with all its other pretty good quality of life features, probably explicitly tells you when there's a point of no return. I've just kind of been trained to expect basically any time a game is like, do you want to go on? Yes or no? In dialogue, I just assume, yeah, that's the point of no return. That's it. Can't come back from this. This is going very slow.
All down to you, Ricky.
Fiora is not doing enough damage to be aggroed, which is kind of defeating the point here. Point of no return's done best when it actually tells you it's the point of no return. This is true. And yeah, this game probably does tell you. If nothing else, I know it doesn't really have a post game. It does have a new game plus. And I think some stuff does change after you beat the final boss, but you can't like just continue after the story. I think it will automatically make a save like before the Zanza fight or something like that.
Ricky, it's your turn.
It needs like one more hit.
This is how we do it.
There we go.
I thought it would be much easier.
I think we need to take a break.
I think so too, Shulk. I think we need to take a break. Anyway, glad I went through all that because we sure did get some hell raspberries. I don't specifically know how it's manifested. This game doesn't technically have a post-game, but it does basically have a post-game because there's all those quests that are dependent on level 90 enemies, but like here at the end game, everything's like level 75. So it's all stuff you would have to specifically like choose to go out of your way and grind for. I'm going to ignore whatever is attacking us, and it's gonna ignore us apparently. All right, making our way forward. Ignoring that. Ignoring that. Maybe. We might have to fight it. Oh. Oh boy. We got that epic music. We got level 76 baddies. We got baddies in here at all. We've been here before. For those who don't remember, we scaled up this place back when we were at Aerith Sea around Alchemath. We kind of just casually scaled up the place and then met who we thought was Zanza. I mean, I think it actually, how does that scene factor into it? Were we actually talking to Zanza? I think we were, because he did upgrade the Monado for us, but he was in Arglis's body. He was in the giant's body. He's dead now. He died. They did kill that body. Fiume Nebula. Lots of Fiume nebulae. Hey buds, gonna ignore you, even though that is not in my best interest given that I am now under-leveled for basically everything it looks like. Damn, that door opening sequence, that was good. Especially as the song kicked in right as the door started opening. Now I'm curious, is this going to be a huge gauntlet that we have to go through? Or is this basically going to be it? We walk into that teleporter, into that transporter, and then we fight Dixon. No, first we need to be told that this helps us with Colony 6. That wasn't Colony 6, but it was something else. Okay. Quest I presumably never picked up. Alright, fellas. Let's go forward. Could be Dixon beyond this. Not sure. It is not Dixon. Obart. Hey guys, look! It's Obart! My boy. Oh god, another enter the fight. Obart Sampson! Baracko Bartma? Obart, our lad.
We did it.
Babel Dinos. Oh, I force toppled 2. Yes. Yeah. We did it. Okay, this attack's gonna kill me because of the spike. Thank God we had a full thing. Full party gauge. Shulk, you gotta purge that aura. You really gotta. That's what you gotta do. This boy's got a spike, and you are not fixing it. What the ass? Wait, what? Game! Also, I hadn't acknowledged this is a unique monster that jumped in. Shulk's down. What did we just get experience from? Well, we're screwed. We might watch Ricky die. No. Dino's thing has 3 toes and the Maniraptoran toe claw that's supposed to be on the 3rd toe, but awkwardly placed in the middle of the foot. Oh. Oh no. Fictional dino race, not accurate to real dino race? Oh god, I've got a bunch of notifications. Okay, Cam, you want to catch these hands? Ugh! I got him. Apologies, fellow Pog gamers. I'm gonna do a sleep. Good night. Okay, good night, Gremlin. Thanks for stopping by. I don't wanna do these. I don't wanna do these. Okay, bring Obart over here. He's a simple lad.
Concentrate your attacks.
Understood. We can definitely do this.
It has a move that's just called Gore.
I really like our vibe.
Me too, Fiora.
Our lad, Obart, has died. May he rest in peace.
Kill or something.
Nice job.
Not bad, not bad.
Torred Ageshu. Babel Dino. Okay, yep. That was instant.
Now's your chance.
Ricky.
Hereupon beat enemy good.
Alright, that's pretty good.
High five.
Perfect.
Double blade.
Ricky's sidekick's too good.
Thank you, almighty Ricky.
Do you hear that? Ricky's sidekick so good. Thank you, almighty Ricky. Oh no, that's both of them. Okay, let's try and drag him away so we don't have a billion others get. Oh no, they gave up. They're like, yeah, you walked too far. Level 76, Obart.
Concentrate
I love that Ricky has major main character complex. It's kind of great. Ricky is good comic relief character.
No problem at all.
Victory to Ricky.
Nice job.
They finally did it. They made a good comic relief character. We thought it couldn't be done, but they did it.
You dare challenge hereupon.
Everyone, do your best.
Concentrate your attacks.
Okay.
We want the baby dead. Okay, baby's dead. Oh god, Fiora's basically dead.
Leave it to me. Ricky, it's your turn.
Leave it to Hero Pod. Ricky Sneaky.
Oh, I had control of Shulk in the chain attack, and I did not use him to purge the spike. What am I doing?
Hero Pod Ricky. No one dance like Ricky. Ricky's so excited, gonna burst.
Go get him, Ricky.
We're doing decent damage, but
Gone blurry.
we're dying in the process because that's kind of how spikes be. And we're
Ricky, I can't.
that's fine.
Ricky getting hungry.
That's fine. I mean, it is just a unique monster in the field, but I feel like if I can't get past this, I'm probably not getting past the actual boss as well. That's not gonna happen. Better recognize our lad Obart in the credits. Oh god, I just considered the possibility that the credits of this game does the epic enemy roll call at the end. They can't. They can't. There's no way. I think it'd be best to start grinding right about now. Yeah. That's kind of why I'm fighting that enemy, because, like, eventually as I kill the things around it, I'll be able to kill that one, and once I've killed that one, I'll probably be good. Probably. Potentially, hopefully.
Is everybody ready?
Everyone, do your best.
You dare challenge Hero Pod?
Zanza's gonna be another level. This time Zanza again is gonna be level question mark, question mark, question mark.
We can definitely do this.
Now we aren't even letting Obart get a word in. Down he goes. Poor fella. Ricky's almost to level 75. Or 76. So is Shulk. What just attacked? Turret, I guess.
Concentrate your attacks.
Understood.
Ricky feels tougher.
Power drain. One after another. Drain.
No, not again. Obart should have been the real protagonist.
You're a lifesaver. I'm feeling pretty good.
You taste Hero Pod power.
Ricky, let's finish this together. Look, now's your chance.
Leave it to me, Ricky.
Hero Pod beat enemy pod.
Alright, that was a decent attack. Not the greatest.
This is
It
how we do it.
looks when it's Xenoblade Obart. Please tell me that's what the epilogue is. I'd pre-order that. I think after this fight, Ricky will probably level up. Yeah.
We win.
A rare Obart crystal. He lives on.
Come on, we can do it.
Psychic.
Try hard. Everyone, do your best.
Holy
Double blade. Shock.
Got it. Ricky, it's your turn.
Leave it to Hero Pod. Wow!
We did it. All right. I'm feeling it.
Exterminate.
Split edge.
Concentrate your attacks.
I mean, this does have a decent mix of super easy enemies and then ones that are giving me trouble. I mean, the unique monster is really the only one giving me a ton of trouble. I have run out of room to pick up crystals again. Like these Babel dinos. These are fine. We're on par with them. We're not like chewing through them. They're fine.
Come on, we can do it.
Sidekicks, try hard.
Everyone, do your best.
Try and catch me. One, two. Lead.
Leave it to me. Ricky,
Hereupon beat enemy good. Wow!
We were amazing. That's gotta hurt.
This one did have a spike when it was toppled, but now it doesn't. Is it like a timed thing, or did the chain attack just happen to get rid of it? We got another arts manual for Summon Bolt. Obart 76.
Okay.
It's a mod for Fallout 76, starring Obart.
everyone, do your best.
Lock on. One, two. Crossing back. Double blade. I feel stronger.
We can definitely do
Where are the Xenoblade-based Fallout mods?
And we're okay.
Nice job.
Ricky like fighting easy monsters.
Okay, there's the unique. Surrounded by a bunch of 76s. I missed! My attempt at luring missed it. Okay. We'll kill this Obart. Standing on the table.
Okay, let's go.
Establishing dominance like an Obart should.
Follow my lead. Now's your chance.
That is not the one I intended to use. I mean, it's fine. Ricky doesn't usually actually contribute that much in damage on
I know I can.
in those chain attacks. Whoa! Okay, it joined. It joined. Yeah, this isn't good. It just kind of decided it wanted a piece of the pie, and now we're all dying. Suppose that's what we get whenever we challenge Obart.
Ricky get lonely.
Concentrate your attacks.
Understood.
It's wonderful to be with every. Concentrate your attacks.
Okay.
Spear. Double blade.
Chokes down. That's not good.
I feel stronger.
Okay, now that one's dead. Shulk, you really need to bother using Purge at all, ever? Shulk! You are the only one, I think, who can get rid of this aura, and you just aren't. I mean, I suppose the solution to beating this in that case isn't the fact that we are low level. It is I need to play as Shulk so I'm not depending on the AI to get rid of the aura. All right, that's the change I'll make then. Babeli Barg. Oh, hi. What is it we're attacking? This one.
Focus our efforts.
Yeah, I've kind of been skipping every enemy in this area. Not until the next area that I really bother with them.
Teachers hero upon Ricky. All right, I'm feeling it.
Ricky's having fun.
Yeah, all together now.
We all alive still?
I know I can. Ricky's sneaky. Flash. Double blades. Exterminate. Yeah, sometimes you
Do this. Take this, Fiora.
My turn. Ricky, it's hero time.
Hereupon beat enemy good. One more.
Got it. Keep it up.
All right.
Yeah, this should kill it. Yeah,
I
there we
really
go.
like our vibe.
Not be sane without Ricky.
That was great, guys.
We did it.
Oh my god. Can I ignore you, please? Fine. Yes, I'm under leveled. Fiora's a lot better at holding aggro when I'm not playing as her. Wasn't I having that problem with Rhine pretty early on, too?
Ricky's having fun.
I think I was having the problem early on that basically every character except Shulk was much better when the AI was playing as them.
Leave it to me. Monado, lend us your power.
Whoa.
Not be same without Ricky.
Not bad.
Ricky was cool, yes?
Okay. Let's not die this time, please. I'd like to make me some progress. I don't know how long we've been stuck in these two rooms. Let's get the first Obart out of here.
Sidekick, try hard.
I'm gonna go all out.
Begrudgingly, of course, but, you know, this game is about killing God already.
There's no escape.
We can definitely do this. Roger. All systems go. That was too easy.
Everyone do good.
Right, let's keep going.
Everyone, let's go.
You dare challenge Hirobon?
Good luck, everyone.
Oh, Ricky's going for it. Alright, fellas, please get over here so that a bunch of enemies don't hop into the fray. Nope, looks like we're stuck in this spot. It's fine.
Monado, lend us your power. Let's focus our efforts. Let's focus our efforts.
Oh god, Fiora's already down? Jeez, okay. Guys, we're killing the baby boy first. Okay, there we go. Now let's purge the spike. Please, thank you.
Time for a chain attack.
Sometimes you've got to get wild.
Take this, Fiora.
My turn.
See, we're able to actually get some damage in now without
My turn.
taking as much damage as we deal. Probably not as much, it's probably a percentage, but still, it was killing us. It was not good.
We can definitely do this.
That's gonna kill me.
We can't hold out much longer. This is the Monado's power.
Well, Shulk's gonna die. That's basically
Everyone,
a given. Oh god. Yeah, if Ricky can't heal me, which he can't because he's dead, then we're fucked. Wow, okay. We did get close though. Like, I purged it twice. That was a thing that we successfully did. Unlike the other 3 attempts. I don't really want to bother with these down here. Again, next floor is where we bother with things. Okay. In the interest of making time, I think after this attempt on the unique monster, I'm gonna call it for this floor. Because the way I was saying that implied that I was ending the stream. No. I just mean we're gonna actually make further progress, because this unique monster shouldn't determine everything, hopefully. We're chewing through all the other monsters on this floor pretty consistently now. Hobart is nearly down, and there's a Babel Dinos.
I feel stronger. I'm sorry. To be with everyone.
That said, I think I'm going to go. I'm very tired. Can't wait to see how the story shakes out. CL. Okay, good night, Donnie. It is definitely a possibility that we're not going to finish tonight. I really have no guess as to how much there is after this. I might get to the spot just before the Dixon fight and then call it there. I don't know. Because we are at 3.5 hours, and I am pretty tired.
Alrighty. Double blade. Ricky, it's hero time. Here, Ricky go. High five.
Perfect. Okay, guys. Now we're putting together.
Only need hero on Ricky.
Take this.
Oh.
Change the future.
That's down. Achievement. The future is ours. Okay, we're going for this.
Everyone, let's go.
You dead challenge hero bonus.
I'm gonna go all out.
Is there anyone joining? No.
Roger. All systems go. Yeah. Hefty thing. Here we go. Take this. Fiora, keep it coming.
Hero time.
Okay, this one's almost down.
This is how we do it. Gotta hurt.
Fiora.
Okay, that one is dead.
I'm gonna go all out.
Please don't kill Shulk, video game. Fiora, please aggro.
Stop me. We can definitely
Change the future.
Is the spike off whenever it's down? Yeah. So in that case, should our focus be on toppling it as opposed to purging it?
Okay. My
I
turn.
mean, I don't see why not both.
Ricky.
Leave it to hero power. Roly poly, keep on rolling.
Oh, that doesn't do any damage. Okay.
High five. This is how we do it.
hefty thing. The future is changing.
No.
Alright, I'm feeling it. We can definitely do this. Monado, lend us your power. Backslash.
Ricky sprint winning. Thank you, Ricky time.
Okay, it is very close to down.
Split edge.
Guys, we're almost able to leave this floor. Ricky can get me up. Come on, the spike doesn't matter anymore. It's so small. Okay, they did it. Someone did it. Wow, that was a lot. I did it. I killed the stupid dinosaur. And one Obart for the road.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna go all out.
You dead challenge
Two Obarts. To name so nice, you have to say it twice.
I really like our vibe.
Me too, Fiora.
1, 2, cross it in.
Take this! Ricky, that's awesome!
Very cool.
Alright, I'm feeling it. We can definitely do this. This is the Monano's power. I'm really feeling it.
And Obart down. Okay.
I was watching the whole time.
What? No way. You watching Ricky?
I saw him slacking off a bit.
You're wrong. Ricky tried really hard.
Ooh. We got us a hallway, fellas. Got us a dramatic hallway and then a flag. Is it Dixon time? Are we doing it tonight? All right, in we go. Ooh, we got ourselves an arena. Hey, buddy.
What took you so long?
Dixon!
Lots of Obarts, really.
Are you even trying to fight? Things are gonna get a lot worse if you don't buck up your ideas.
Come down here and say that.
It's a big Obart.
What on Bionis is
A
that?
large Obart, Ryan. And then a smaller Obart. I actually don't know if there was a size difference there.
It's the warm-up act. If you can't get by this one, you don't stand a chance against me.
Or are those the same thing and the spatial establishment was just weird?
Stop these games, old man!
You'll have to stop this thing first.
This thing. It's got a name. I guarantee it's something ridiculous you don't want to say out loud, but it's probably better than this
Hurry
thing.
up! I'm just itching for a good old-fashioned scrap.
Everyone, be careful.
Monster want to eat Ricky.
This thing is no match for us.
Yeah, we just fought how many of these? Obelus Obart.
Okie dokie. Try and catch me.
Alright, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, we're already doing a pretty good amount of damage to it, I think. Not really worried about this fight.
Take this! Fiora, keep it coming!
Okay, Ricky, it's hero time.
Hero Pun beat enemy.
Now our chain attacks not very effective. It looks
I
like.
really like our vibe.
Me too, Fiora. Ah!
There's no escape. I can do it. I know I can.
Could well be Ricky. This is the Monano's power!
Can I topple it? Yes. Any spike? No.
Alright, do it!
But I didn't have time to daze it, unfortunately.
Backslash! Fiora, keep it coming!
Okay, Ricky.
There we go. Okay. We can't get past this thing. That was easier than the unique monster we went after. Oh. Elevator taking us below. There's Demon Pavlovsk. 2 levels ahead of us.
Everyone, let's go!
You dare challenge Hero Pun?
I'm gonna go.
Now this one might be a little scary.
We can definitely do this! I won't let you go, Fiora. Do this! Backslash! Fiora, keep it coming!
Okay, Ricky.
Here Ricky goes.
He's got a lot more health, but fight seems just as doable so far. Alright, very close to a chain attack. Let's do it. Okay, that was a pretty good chain attack. I think we got this one. Might be presumptuous. He just comboed me to the ground. If I back up a little so Fiora takes the aggro. There we go. There we go.
We got through that pretty good.
Right, let's keep going.
What do you got for me?
Fighting easy monsters.
Oh. Oh god, there's a bunch of them. Sangible Behemoth. Get out of the Behemoth nest to reach the control device on the lower level.
Let's focus our efforts.
Understood.
And these are 78. Might not be good. Now we're pretty consistently out-leveled.
I'm feeling it. We can definitely do this.
Wonderful to be with everyone.
I won't let you go, Fiora. Take this.
Double blade. There's no mistake. Chain attack would be good now.
Cool.
That said, these aren't that hard. At least so far, what it looks like.
I'm really feeling it. Fiora, keep it coming.
Ricky, leave it to Hero Pond. Wow!
We were amazing.
Okay, just one more left. Split edge.
Wonderful to be with everyone.
I won't let you go, Fiora.
Double blade.
Shulk and Fiora are just like kind of trading aggro, it looks like. Or they were. Now Shulk's pretty consistently got it because of course.
Chain attack. Ready and waiting.
Let's do this. Backslash. Fiora.
Alrighty. It's hero time.
Leave it to Hero.
Got it. Come on, we can do it. It's not over yet.
Alrighty.
Okay, that was good. These fights are getting longer and longer.
Great, guys.
Shocker, that one.
That's gotta hurt.
Fiora.
Also try hard.
Yeah, nice going.
I'm gonna go all out.
Whoa. Okay, Fiora took care of that one, it looked like. Gotta make sure to get them dancing squirrels while we're saving the world. Just climbing pure rock, it looks like. Alright, the control device is up here. Oh, Dixon! You can't keep running. Oh, that's right. Last time we saw him, when we saw him last stream, he talked. He joked about how funny it was that he was feeling fear for the first time in like decades. Cold, I guess you. Meteor Nebula. Inferno, what now? Not Inferno, not in view.
We can definitely do this. We need full power, Ricky.
I really like our vibe.
Not be seen without Ricky.
1, 2.
Let's focus our efforts.
Okie dokie.
This isn't going well.
I'm getting tired, but I also don't want to cut it here because I feel like if I cut it here, tomorrow's stream's gonna be like an hour. Getting to the end of a game is always a little bit weird on that front because
Through that pretty good.
Everyone do good.
We've
I want to
definitely
make sure
gotten
there's enough
stronger.
left in the game for the stream to be meaty. I suppose if I were to stop it here, I could start next stream by specifically doing those quests that involve upgrading to better Monados, because I feel like that would make some logical sense as preparation for the final battle,
Right. Let's do this.
while also not while not being a complete like quest distraction. Like, oh, I'm just gonna do quests until I drop. I don't know. I'm just not sure how much is left, and if I can really take getting through it. I also like people have left. That's another thing. I don't know what you're about. I don't know if I want to finish the game when no one's here to see it. Like I think partly is all that's left.
Stop me.
Oh, I also don't want Thomas to miss another ending, because that's happened pretty frequently. Is Thomas missing the end of whatever game I'm playing? To the point that we've joked about it quite a bit. I guess now that I say these things out loud, I've I suppose made my decision. I think after this, once we get to a good spot, that we'll probably stop for the night. Which I don't want to do, but because I feel like, yeah, I have been blue balling you, but also we're nearly at the 4-hour mark.
No panic, you can do it.
You can't blame me too much for stopping, can you? Okay, this Nebula's almost dead. Like one more hit will do it. And then we've got this unique monster.
Come on, Fiora. Get up.
I'm not 1, 2. Cross it.
All right. I'm feeling it.
And we break this. No, it doesn't look like it.
We can definitely do this. I see it.
Okay, is it a good or bad idea to use a chain attack right now?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta get Stop.
Ricky, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Let's do this. Backslash. Fiora.
Alrighty.
Ricky, leave it to Hero Pod.
That wasn't very good.
This is how we do it. Feel like I could do
Glad you're around.
Fiora, make Ricky find a piece.
Fiora.
No worries, Ricky knows you'll hit next time.
Thank you.
This is the Monado's power.
I can't.
Backslash.
Oh god, Fiora needs help.
No, you can.
We'll revive Fiora.
Come on, Fiora. Get up.
How close are we to defeating this?
This one dies soon. Thanks, Ricky.
Okay, let's. Monado, lend us your power. Monado, show me the way. Backslash.
I really like our vibe.
Not this soon.
What?
Fiora. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Okay, Ricky's gonna die. Yep, there he goes. Help him up. And we should be able to make it through the rest of this fight, I think. There we go. That was a unique monster, yeah.
Carry on like this.
Ricky feels tired.
It was a unique monster, yeah. It was a unique monster, yeah. That's closer, I think, to the accent that would put yeah at the end of sentences like that. Anything else left here? Besides this one orb sitting on a shelf? The angry monkey sitting on a shelf? Where to from here? Oh. Bone pillar control. So what has that done? We need to use this as a platform, it looks like. Off we go then. We survive this fall? Is this fall even what I need to be doing? No. Apparently. Apparently not. In which case, I'm not totally sure where I do need to be. It's telling me, oh yeah, just walk through the middle there. There's a big pillar in the way. You know, the one I just raised? I think. That's the lowest floor that I've already walked through. Oh, it's telling me to drop down and then walk back up the stairs again, which means I'm in completely the wrong place. Are there any landmarks? No. Oh, there's so much. There's so many floors. Yeah, there's no way we're doing this tonight. I'm sorry. In that case, I think we might as well cut it here. As we sit epically outside the gate to Prison Island. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we're gonna, this time, really, because there's no possible way that we're not going to finish the game. Right? Yes? God? Zanza? Do you have anything you're gonna throw at me that'll force me to not finish this game tonight? Because it's been a while. It's been for like 4 streams now that I'm like, we could do it tonight, guys. There's so much. It's such a long game. It's such a long game. Anyway, thank you, pals, for joining me. Rip. Yeah. Thank you, pals, for joining me. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, I can't guarantee we won't do any quests. I did say earlier I might do the Minato upgrades quests, because I think that would make some sense, but I'm not sure. I'm really only thinking about doing that because it might give some length to a stream that might otherwise be like an hour, depending how long the rest of this takes. I don't know. Thank you, pals, for joining me. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we're gonna presumably, almost definitely, 99%, please God, fight and defeat Zanza and save existence. See you, pals, then.